Hello and welcome back to Limbus Company. I'm Luce, and as I found out last time, there's actually an Intervallo after Canto 3. Alright, I forgot to pick up the rewards here, didn't I? Yep. Excellent, EX stuff cleared. But yeah. Chicken attack, chicken attack. Level 28. I've been grinding up some new XP stuff, but otherwise, yeah. Not too much has changed since last time. I've been just trying to gather up resources. Off for the bus, everyone. This is where we're supposed to meet the client for our next mission. SK Downtown Alley. Give me a break. Now we're gonna take requests from these fro errand boys.
저긴 뭐 하는 곳이지?
Say, what's that over there? It's got a long line in front of it. Can't you recognize the stirring scent? It's fried chicken, Greg. Deep-fried chicken, bought to a crisp and expensive oils.
K사에서 요새 대유행
Seems you
중인
haven't seen much of
보사
SK
치킨을
if you've yet to
보다니
learn about the
아직 K사는
Bodhisattva
헛돌아다니시는
chicken,
모양이군요.
the hottest trend around these parts. A man with a fastidious impression suddenly cuts in on the group of sinners' conversation, as if he belonged to our group. Well, we got a new sinner. Gonna have to deal with that and split the pay even further. Oh, Bodhisattva chicken, is it? What's
그게
that?
답변
Permit me to answer.
보살 치킨이란 다리 6개, 날개가
Bodhisattva
8개
chicken,
달린
highly renowned
맛도
restaurant
양도
known for its
보살이라고
six-legged, eight-winged
명성이
poultry
차지한
whose
치킨
blissful
가게죠.
tastes and gracious quantities really makes you feel great compassion.
심지어 그대의
What's
취향이
more, they
무엇이든
prepared every
맞춰드립니다.
preference with
육질이 좋은 육감 치킨,
the
살이
bitty with the
이동만한
right
퉁퉁
amount of
치킨,
tenderness, chubby
살이
capon with the
쫄깃한
plentiful
질감
flesh
치킨.
digging into, chewy
자,
cockerel that's
뭘
perfectly al
원하십니까?
dente, and more. Now tell me, what do you want?
언젠가 들어본 적 있는
I
것
may have
같소.
heard of it erst.
웬일이래?
Isn't this a
요즘
surprise? Are
소식엔
ye sang of all
누구보다도
people is
둔할 것
keeping up with
같은
fads
우리
from under his
이상 씨가?
rock?
그래서 넌
So, what are
뭔데?
you supposed to be?
함부로 남
Can I
이야기에
hazard a guess you
끼어드는
don't-
꼬라지를 보니까
I can hazard a guess you
우리가
don't know who we
누구인지
are either,
제대로
seeing as how you
모르는 거야.
brazenly showed yourself in while we were talking. Can you
우리가
explain
그래서
who, even
누군데요?
explain who we are? Can you even explain who we are?
저런
Gracious, what would
가게
those
앞을
thoughts,
돌아다니고 있는 저건
those things rolling around a
무엇일까요?
restaurant possibly
썩
be? They
정상으로
don't
보이진 않는데
appear to be
말이죠.
very normal to me. Turning around, I spotted rather strange-looking people at just as strange behavior. Isn't that K-Corp staff? What are they doing? I see individuals covering their heads in strange masks. Maybe they're like some kind of
그런 거
mascot.
아닐까요?
It'd be pretty cute when we looked up
자세히 보면
close.
그 마스코트를
Those
보고
mascots of people running and screaming,
손님들이 소리를 지르는
though.
좀
Seems a bit off, but
미심쩍지만
let's leave them be. Doesn't look like they're coming this way.
우리한테
I don't feel
딱히 다가오는 것
particularly
같지도
like wrapped up in some bothersome.
그렇네요.
Oh, you're right. They aren't
딱히
necessarily
다가오지는 않는군요.
approaching us. And
길가에
just what are you
있는
up to
돌멩이는
with
갑자기
that
왜
rock
죽는
on the
거지?
roadside mysterious fellow?
정치불명이야.
What in the world did you just do? Threw the rock at him. Chicken-headed K-Corp security. Hit by the rock and started looking around, then slowly began to shamble in a direction.
어이쿠
Yikes, I made such a clumsy mistake.
실수였습니다.
What shall we do?
뻔뻔하네.
Likely story,
정확히
cause
머리를
you'll...
후려버렸잖아.
You aimed straight for its
우와,
head.
자세도
Wow, your
상당히
form was impressively
안정적이었어요.
stable.
감사합니다.
Why, thank you. I
과거에
once
도시 야구
aspired to be a
선수가
big city
꿈이었거든요.
baseball player. Well, if Leon from Danganronpa's taught me anything, you probably didn't miss much.
그럼
I'll
그대로
play ball with you, alright? Stay there
홈런을
so I can
쳐주지.
knock your noggin out of the park. Now her eyes are glowing.
다가오는 속도가
They're approaching
빨라지고
faster now.
있습니다.
Shouldn't you deal with
제
them before
머리를
working up a
홈런시키기
slugger with my
전에
head?
저
As we reach for a sheath, those things come right for us.
잔머리네요.
They have chicken heads. Yep,
딸기네.
whole chickens.
그것도
Raw ones of
생각이네요.
that too. Oh man, that's gotta smell awful if it's on their head. But if their heads have been changed into it or their heads are replaced with it,
하늘 품은
it's like the
달기
ghosts of dead
지옥에서부터
chickens are
기어나온 것
clucking
같은
back from hell for
모습이구만.
revenge.
그건
So
뭐냐?
you guys think it's because Sinclair
지난번에
left a chicken
싱클레어가
wing uneaten
뼈바르기
that one time?
힘들다고
Since it
닭날개를
was a
남겨서
half
그런 게
sold to get the
아닐까?
meat off? Can't think of anything else we might have done that would cause
이젠
hen
그런
havoc.
거에 안
Teasing like that
놀라요.
won't get me any
그리고
more, you know.
결국
Besides,
그것마저
Roger licked that one
모자씨가
clean
가진-
anyways.
이렇게
It
되는
appears
거
combat's gonna be our
싸울
sole
수밖에 별
recourse. So why is this guy taking cover behind me then? Before I could complain further, the chicken-headed crowd attacked us. Let's see here. Confused checkpoint security.
내가 눈에 새겨줄.
This team is far from the most optimal, but it should work for now, I think.
벌써
I decided to hold off on going up tie 3 on Don Quixotes because while this is a genuinely good tank one with what gets unlocked at tier 3, I've got a pretty tanky team here to begin with. So I figure, why not? Especially since I'm still going to be doing pulls on the Arknights banner slowly over time. And that means I could get a better one for her later. If I don't, by the time the banner ends, though, I will up tie 3 it, if only so that she has an up tie 3 to use her with. Because as you've noticed, as a new player, I've only actually been getting reasonably good ones for about half the sinners, which is a bit of a problem. But I suppose I can also make do with certain things as time goes by. I figure I cross that bridge when we come to it. For now, I have the luxury of being able to just wait and amass my resources. If I spend them too quickly, I won't have them when I actually need them. Because, right, now that's been sorted out, why don't we get back to the point, friendly four-eyed stranger? I must object to such a moniker, especially when it comes to a fellow glasses bearer. Oh, is that so? Sorry about that. I guess basic personal information, such as one identity, can be easily acquired from the registration of one's death. I did neglect to introduce myself. Here's my business card. You may call me Samjo. Given the track record of NPCs we don't play as that are not named Virgilis, I expect you'll be baked into a chicken or turned into a chicken and we have to fight you or something by the end. It's just not... Sorry, buddy. I'd say everyone tends to end poorly except for us, but no, it tends to end poorly for us too in these storylines. We're just lucky we happen to have some level of immortality on our hands. So that's a bit of an advantage most don't. Disregarding the hostility around him, the man handed his card away. A K-Corp, affiliate of the Department of Food Resource Development Research Center. Thought we'd be fooled by a bunch of big fancy words. Of course, persuasion and explanation are where I excel, so please stay calm and listen. I was most impressed by the feats of your battle just a moment ago. In particular, the instances where you continue to assault on your foe's blatant disregard for a dying colleague nearby. A few others even laughed at the sight. Friend or foe, those who dare impede us must be promptly removed. Otis replied to his remark with a look full of pride, even though it didn't sound close to a compliment at all. Yeah, our team is extraordinarily cavalier with their lives. Although the fact that every major battle mentions, oh, by the way, like, half the sinners are already dead, and all the plot-relevant ones are only barely hanging on. I'm not sure if the intent is to show that they're just not very... not that strong in general, and they're being completely carried by my powers of immortality, or they actually are a lot stronger than you'd think. It's just that they're not working together or in any fashion. As you can see, those chicken heads of unknown origin who are occupying this restaurant's front have been causing considerable damage. So what? The venue's manager has also been bedridden until just now. Another man with a haggard face tottered towards us, making it somewhat apparent Samjo wasn't lying about the restaurant's owner falling ill with worry. You may speak now. What's all the chicken manager? So, things have been our fry house opened a few months ago across from Yubong's Bar and Fryers. Our franchise offers generous servings of good-tasting food using poultry with a supreme pedigree, so it's natural we draw all sorts of customers from Yubong's. But one day, out of the blue, the owner of Yubong started acting real strange. Losing his customers must have shocked him or something, and now he's trying to ruin all of our businesses. I mean, it's not uncommon for competitors to throw jabs at each other, right? As if to attest the restaurant owner's woes, screamed echoes come from the other side of the street. Oh, what the hell? Yubong Bar and Fryer's owner? The supposed owner swung his arm while muttering something, and the chickens responded in unison. Raw chickens jumped at people. What in the world? Is he commanding those chickens?
보통 기행이
That's definitely
아니야.
strange behavior. How spiteful does someone have to be to resort to that kind of stuff? I don't know if they are augmented or what, but those plucked and prepped hens would break in the restaurant and destroy things. And now there's people wearing those chickens' heads. If this keeps up, our restaurant's gonna lose so much money. Okay, so yeah, it looks like the chickens eat the person's head and then replace the person's head and take the body. Judging by that little animation there, those few panels, I mean. That's actually kind of terrifying.
이상
Such is his feathery song.
눈물 나는
This has been his
이야기였습니다.
tear-jerking reflection.
여러분이
Would you be
나서서
willing to
이
deal with
사건을
this
해결해 주실
case?
수 있겠습니다.
That ruffled your feathers, huh, Yi-sang?
아무리 그래도 우리
Tear-jerking,
치킨집
whatever. We
의뢰
don't take
같은 건
requests
안
from a
받.
chicken place. A
평생
lifetime voucher.
의뢰를 해결해 드리면
Handle this request and I offer you a groundbreaking benefit. The right to free orders in this restaurant the rest of your lives. A lifetime voucher? I've never heard of such a thing.
시식용
I have
치킨도
even prepared
몇
a
개
few
준비해
free
왔습니다.
samples for you.
예?
You what? Seems to me like the supposed owner of the restaurant isn't the one in charge. Samjo personally distributed the pieces of fried chicken he had suddenly had his hands on. Now, stand in line and keep things orderly. I brought samples from different pedigrees, so free to pick and choose. Each one comes with a unique brand of tastiness, demonstrating its strengths in differing cuts of meat.
향도 풍.
Must I choose only one flavor? They all appear equally gustously
다른
greatness.
맛은
Let me suggest this then. Leave the other flavors as something to anticipate for your future meals. It won't be a
이용권이
problem once the
있다면
lifetime voucher is in your
모두 해결될
hands.
고민일 텐데요.
Why do I have the feeling that once assuming we actually complete this problem, because again, we've technically only had one absolute unquestioning victory in all these three chapters so far. The others were a failure or a complete failure. Granted, I do think Dante's being a bit too hard on himself, saying Canto 3 was a complete failure, given we did, technically speaking, complete our mission. It just wasn't as good as we were hoping, but it definitely wasn't as good as the last one, where, yeah, we didn't kill the big Baba Yaga house, but I mean, why do we have to? Our mission was not to go there and kill Baba Yaga house, it was to take the golden bow, and we did that. We didn't even lose any allies during that particular chapter, now that I think about it, so yeah, that one was a complete, absolute victory. Let me suggest this. Leave the other flavors. Oh, just a infallible preposition. It seems Sanjo's won the hearts of most of the sinners with his compelling words and fine samples.
어떠시겠습니까?
What do you say? This might be the first time I've seen Heathcliff go quiet at someone's words.
그거
That's
나쁘지
not half bad at
않은
all.
저기요.
Hello, we're supposed to be looking for golden
황금
bows, not golden
닭다리가
drumsticks.
아니라 황금
Since when did
닭.
we?
못 들었어?
Did you hear him? We're
바삭한
dining on
닭을
free
평생
crispy
먹게.
chicken.
개수 제한은 없는 거지?
Doesn't have
그냥
limited use,
끊어서
correct?
주는
It's
거지?
actually free chicken,
포장도
yes.
되는 거고?
And takeout too. This takes me
이러고
back to my older
있으니까
days. I wonder
옛날
if anyone remembers it.
생각난다.
You know, ham, hang,
알
pang,
사람이
pangs,
있으려나
fresh
모르겠네.
fried chicken that was
햄팡팡에서
toads
파는
deli.
가축인
Those
치킨도
toads deli.
진짜 맛.
난 알아.
I sure do.
어쩌다
I'd have a
돈이
cheeky one
생기는
with the
날엔
lads whenever
조직원들이랑
syndicate and
외식하러
a
가기로
proper
했지.
lump dosh. Yeah, Miss Faust, can you cut the crap already?
빨리
Shouldn't there be some
말해주세요.
company clause
무슨
against
사칙이나
fried chicken
조항 같은 거.
requests? Faust was deep in thought by our
그러죠.
lonesome. Alright,
의뢰를
we shall take your
시작하겠어요.
request. Excuse me? This might be the first time I've seen Ishmael taken aback by this to this extent. Well, for better or for worse, this might not be a bad side quest of sorts, if only because, since the previous games make it clear this is not hell or purgatory or something like I thought it might have been at first, this means we still need to worry about sustenance, so free food from at least one place whenever we stop by would be quite a boon, both for saving money and also just because we need to eat regularly.
아니,
I'm sorry,
파우스트
Faust.
씨.
Did you go out of your mind for a second there? Yeesh, Ishmael, no need to be so biting there.
글쎄요.
Hard to say.
파우스트는
Faust's
대체로
mind tends to be out there
정신이
most of the
나가
time.
있는
오랜만에 다 같이 마음이 좀
Guess we're all right and
통하네.
chummy for once, huh? Faust, are you serious? You're taking a request for free chicken?
정확히
To be more
말하자면
precise, this will
뒤틀린
resolve a
현상의
case of the
해결이죠,
distortion
나한테.
phenomenon, Dante. The distortion phenomenon?
뒤틀림이라.
Distortions, what are they?
명확히 모르는
It's a
이들이
term
많을
that I'm
겁니다.
sure is unclear to
도시
most, although it's been
곳곳에서
occurring
발생하고
all over the
있지만
city.
대중적으로
No
공개된
official
적은
announcement of the
없으니까요.
phenomenon has been made to the general public.
아,
Ah.
통상적으로
To my knowledge, it's a phenomenon where an individual morphs into a form unfit to be considered human. It has no known causes, and the appearances have all been different. That doesn't make it
설명만
clear,
들어서는
though. Are they like
모르겠네요.
abnormalities?
아니
Not exactly, as unlike abnormalities, they do not shrink into eggs. It's possible for them to fully die. I have witnessed a number of such cases in the past. Yeah, because we know Cromer did not turn into an abnormality, technically speaking. She was simply... Because when she was killed, she just died. Granted, she mutated her, she mistook it as a divine ascension to godhood. I don't think it was, although Damien might have been a literal Deus Ex Machina. We'll have to figure out later what's up with him, but he doesn't seem to be a threat to us right now, so I'm not going to worry about it too strongly. But our company has the LCD of department housing consultant fixtures dedicated to matters regarding the distortions. Although its size is small, it nevertheless signifies the company's interest in the phenomenon. So the owner of Yubong's has turned into one of those distortion creature thingies. That's correct. One does not simply gain the ability to lead an army of raw chickens by losing their mind. I see. So that's what it's about. I almost got worried I'm gonna have to knock some sense back into you, Faust. Is that why you were clutching your mace so tightly there, Ishmael? Rightly so. We must act before this commotion results in any more casualties. Nom nom nom. Oh, you got sauce in your face, Chiquita. I walked as Radia wiped Don Quixote's mouth.
그럼 의뢰를
I'll
수락한
take that
걸로
as a
알고
yes, and we'll be
연락을
waiting for
기다리고
your
있겠.
contract. Hey, we're getting paid rather well for this, and we'll get some information on the distortions.
완벽한 장부
Hello,
집행으로
Dyke.
다들
You're
고생했다고.
welcome to the stream.
작은 형님께서 자라완을 몇 개 주셨다.
Big brother gave. Oh yeah.
8구의 첨언
Victory.
놈들은 운
Excellent.
좋은 거라고. 꽤 귀한
Pen
거거든.
havoc.
정리 시간이다.
Yeah. I'll start leveling people if I start going below the recommended level. I know I can be a few levels below and it's not a big deal, but I have to be wary in case it actually starts becoming big. Swamped. Hazed. Alright, let's go. Let's just go with the as many wins possible. This team has a lot of good envy and gluttony powers, but it's really lacking in wrath, which is a bit of a problem if I want to use the brilliant glory ego. Enjoying Limbus Company? Yes. It has definitely gotten me hooked. Part of me wanted to do even more of the Cantos, but after this storyline, I think I'm going to go to the Arknights story proper because, first of all, it's what I came to the game for in the first place, but also, my understanding is Canto 4 is where it starts. The chapters start getting very long, so, and I don't want to keep putting off the Arknights stuff.
좋아. 장부에서 삭제.
Should be pretty easy for me to get the Ishmael free ego. My only concern with it is I don't actually have a good identity for Ishmael. I guess I could use her default one since that one is uptie 3 for free, but I guess again I'm still going to be doing pulls on the banner, so I might get a better one along the way. But I'm told this one's short and sweet. This intermission is short and sweet, so I can do it tonight, and then I can do here we are. And I can do the Arknights chapter next time.
얼얼하지?
마음 놓고 열어젖히고 하나 넘고
Yeah, I'm aware I have about a month here, so. But I'm also aware the story starts actually being a bit tricky. Right now, I'm at the easy portions where I can just auto-battle through it like this, but I'm gonna have to start paying a bit more close attention in the later ones. So I need to make sure I can level up my team and prepare them there. Oh, level 6, huh? Yeah, when my team was level 6, I barely even knew what clashing was as a concept. Now, I have a better idea. I'll admit the battle system in this game is a little complicated, though, so it's taken a bit of time to grasp. So right now, I'm taking a step at a time.
마침내 굴레 하나를 끊었어.
But rest assured, I do have a friend helping me.
두려움 없이 나아갈 수
Yeah, I
있는
do like clashing, though. It's definitely one of the mechanics I quite like about the game.
한 걸음 더 가까워진 것이요.
And I also have been
그러니
getting an advice from friends, hence
언젠가
from a friend who plays along the way. So
내게도 은자를 풀어주시오.
that's also why I have my team of the characters you see here. I got them to uptie 3 as soon as I could, so that they'd have their full kits ready. Except for Don Quixote. I might uptie 3 her current one, but I'll have to see, because right now I don't have that many threads for uptying anything. And of course, I need to save some in case I do get the egos. Right now, I only have Brilliant and Glory for Gregor. I don't have the others yet. But as I get more pulls, I'll be giving it more of a try. What are we supposed to do to resolve this distortion?
간단해요.
It's simple. Faust seemed to have a habit of prefacing her expositions with a disclaimer about their simplicity.
뒤틀림이 생긴 이의
What we will do is
마음은
open up the
열
heart of the
경계를
distorted,
풀고
disarm their mind's
스스로
guard, and
마음을
coax them into
내볼
opening up.
그렇군.
I see. Do we remove the scalpel, the
견갑골을
sternum? A
속을
physical
직접
revelation of a
내고 있는
heart.
방법이라.
An interesting proposal. First off, we should probably visit that Yubong's place and figure something else out. You can also borrow other friends to do story mode. Yeah. I did it last time to help beat with the final boss, but Brilliant Glory on my Gregor ended up carrying by complete accident. It was actually hilarious. I went with the risk of corrosion. It landed, but since the boss died from one hit, it doesn't matter that anyone else died. I just instantly won. It was hilarious. And also showed me, wow, Brilliant Glory is genuinely powerful when you have 40 stacks. Because that boss had just entered Cromer had just hit phase 2, and it practically instantly killed her. Not practically, it did. No, almost, because I think there was a clash before he got his turn and obliterated her. First off, we should probably visit that Yubong's place and figure something out. We're all poultries walking around. That can't be hygienic. They look like things that were on people's heads earlier. I don't know what they are, but we shouldn't get too close to them. Unfortunately, I'd forgotten 80% of the sinners valued my suggestions less than the cooing of a random pigeon on the roadside.
그래서 이 닭들을 족치면 그 집에서 치킨을 평생 먹을 수 있다는 거지?
So we can have free chicken for life after we're done whacking these?
귀엽군.
Cute, let's stab it. I get it. That one was slice them all bare.
끄덕.
Nod. Provoke, the raw chickens leapt in the air. Canto 4 is where things get really interesting. Yeah, I was told to go through the first two chapters kind of suck and it'll take a bit to get going, but honestly I don't think they were too bad. They weren't amazing, don't get me wrong, but they did help establish some important stuff about the world building. I never played Lobotomy Corp or Library of Ruina, so I don't know anything about the universe here, so the game was helping me by explaining the world it takes place in really helped out. Yeah, I've been told 4 and 5 are where it gets peak, but we'll see. Yeah, I've been told specifically that Canto 5 is notable as the one where you actually have to start trying as a new player, whereas right now I can just get carried. But in Canto 5, that carry is possible, but significantly harder. So that's also another reason I want to get my team raised up. Huh? Heathcliff? His face was devoured by one of them. Heathcliff? Heathcliff stood in silence with a raw chicken adorning his head. It was quite the sight, much to my terror. I think I like Heathcliff better this way, you know? He seems intelligent now. Is where you have to start reading. Oh, I've been reading the whole thing. Half-Life reference? Huh, could be a Half-Life reference. I played Half-Life 2 earlier in the year and Half-Life 1 last year for the first time. It was pretty nice. Now I see why people were so disappointed that there was never a Half-Life 3. But yeah, it looks like my theory was correct. They eat the head and then replace the head, which is mildly terrifying. What do we do, Dante? Quick, your clock! But then, nothing would stop me from rewriting here. But the problem is, what if my head turns into a chicken while the clock's working?
그게 그거라뇨.
Same difference? Clock head, chicken head, they're no different. So don't get huffy. It looked like Sinclair was the only one actually worried about Heathcliff. Are you, Mr. Heathcliff, are you right in there? Geeky. Say, why don't we keep as our mascot if that thing never comes off? What's the deal with you and mascots? Ooh. That's right, I see the Heathcliff communicating with the other hens. Heathcliff has become quite the chatterbox. I'm pretty sure that's no longer Heathcliff, it's the chicken that's possessed him. It appears the chicken sitting on his face is using his mouth to communicate rather than Heathcliff himself. I cannot leave Sir Heathcliff in these straits. I'd wish to cosplay him as two fixers del Arente someday. We would be subject to mockery if we were engaged in mummery with that chicken head. To avoid the gathering crowd, we shoved Heathcliff into the interior of the bar and followed behind him. I can't understand this clucking. Let's bring him back to his senses. Otis grabbed the raw chicken off the head with one hand and began to slap it ruthlessly with her fist. The sound of impact is comparable to when she was interrogating a captive enemy.
정신 차릴 기색이 보이지 않는다.
I don't see him recovering on his own. This leaves us no choice. I'll
통째로
remove the head as a whole.
그렇게 막
Is it really okay to yank it off? It might
거야?
peel his face off.
답답하군.
Grow a backbone. Even if his
설사
skin's
얼굴
removed, it's
가죽이
perfectly
벗겨져도
fine since our manager
관리자님이
here is just handle it. No, seriously, it's not fine for me, Otis. I can't just... Despite her opposition, she began jostling a chicken. I heard something tear. It didn't actually come off, did it?
정신이 드나?
Back with us, soldier? What's with this barmy soup in my mouth?
키스.
Keith, you were
계속
having some serious
이상한
discussion
말들을
about those chickens.
중얼거리면서
Lucky,
닭들이랑
you were having some serious
진지하게
discussions with
대화를
that chicken.
나눴어. 기억나?
Cooking weird stuff?
그러고
Oh,
보니
now that you say it, I did hear some gabbing in my head. What were they on about? Some sort of recipe got
무슨
lost, I
레시피를
guess.
손님을 모이게 하는
Where the
비장의
cornerstone is eatery,
요리법이었는데
but once it was
그게
gone,
없어진
it
이후론
stopped being...
손님이
Interesting,
발길을
so he managed to
끌어서
hear something actually relevant. Did the other restaurant steal the recipe?
그 후른
That's when the
주인이
manager started
갑자기
acting,
이상해지더니
master began acting off and
우리들을
infected us all.
지금
Wait, did you say the
닭들이랑
chickens were us?
젠장.
Oh, bugger, I'm still
아직까지도
recovering from those head
닭도리들의
hens.
영향이
This is confusing.
쟤네 이름이
What did you... That's what you decided to
닭도리였나요?
call them? If the distortion happened because he lost his recipe, then maybe we can somehow recreate it for him.
얼추
You've gotten
근접한
close to an
답안에
answer.
뒤틀림에 대해
Though much
밝혀진
about the
건 많이
distortion remains
없지만
unknown, one of the noted
선악,
peculiars is it occurs when good and evil... No.
마음이 산산이
When the mind
허물어졌을 때
crumbles to figurative
발생한다고
pieces.
하셨죠.
Sounds like you just pivoted away from good and evil because that was the version you would get too long for you to bother.
가령
For instance, let's say
홍루
Hong
씨가
Lu
도시를
held a belief
살아가면서
that he was certain it would
절대
be
변하지 않을
unchanging
거라고
constant as
확신했던 믿음이 있었을 거예요.
he was certain would be an unchanging constant as he lived in the city.
혹은
Or rather, it could be a
삶을
hope for some
지탱하고
other
있던
psychological
희망이라고
sustainment that supported his life.
그게 한순간에
If that support
멈췄다면
suddenly collapsed in a massively
나를
shocking
놓아버리게
event that
될
caused
정도로
one to let their
커다란
ego go,
충격을 받는다면
his mind would crumble, so to
마음이
speak.
뭐 그럴
Well, I
수도
could see that
있겠네요.
happening. Yeah, distortions could be a whole disaster. Yeah, this whole concept is entirely... Like, Angel's gone. Yeah, this whole concept of distortions is new to me. Like I said, I'm aware that this takes place in the same universe as Lobotomy Corporation and Library of Ruina. I know of those games, but I know nothing actually about them. I've never looked into them or anything. Might have to, I guess, at some point. Hint, given this one's gotten me interested, but I should probably, I'm sure the story itself is going to take the effort to explain these. So far, the story has been very good at getting someone up to speed if they're new to the series.
뭐
What could be so
잘난
shocking
도련님
for Mr.
인생에서
Willoughby's
일어난
like
대단한 충격이라
big
봤자 용돈
Is a
뺏기는 거
private press
아니겠어?
snatched away?
용돈은 받은 적도
Oh, no,
없었던
I never
거예요?
received an allowance.
원할
There's no need
때마다
for
쓸
such
수
a thing when I could
있었는데.
spend any amount I ever wanted.
뭐야? 그럼
Really?
뭐였는데?
What is it then? Lobotomy's a rogue-like management base or something like that. Yeah, my understanding is this is the first gacha-like game in the series. And I do like how unique it is, rolling for alternate universe versions of the characters rather than the characters, a new character completely. There's definitely pros and cons to that, especially if there's a new character that everyone really likes and would love to play as, but at the same time, it also means you don't have to worry about anyone who's not one of the main sinners. Plus, it does mean that even if you don't like one sinner, there's possibly a timeline variant that you could get you to like them more. I thought I knew, but I can't seem to elaborate with words right now. Yeah, okay, so Hong Lu knows something specific, but he's refusing to share. Yeah, also you can get past ones anytime as long as you have enough shards. Yeah, my understanding is it takes a few months to get those, so... since I got Brilliant Glory guaranteed, I should probably be saving up for the one for Gregor that goes with that. Right now I just used Uptide 3 on his ninja form because his ninja form is actually quite strong in terms of damage, and my logic is that higher damage means I'll be able to farm the resources I'll need from the various maps and stuff more easily, as well as the... what's it called? Yeah, it takes longer if you don't battle pass. Yeah. Unfortunate, but I try to avoid spending too much. I've gotten burned on gachas before, so I usually try to avoid buying from them. Although it is a good way to test whether or not a free-to-play friendly game actually is. Although so far this game's been pretty good, passing with flying colors. Even the mirror dungeon actually managed to beat a couple rounds of with just my crappy-ass team, with only like 4 Uptide 3 characters instead of the full 5.
즉,
To return to the point and sum
정리를
things up,
해드리자면
the distortion is a
발생자만
phenomenon
알
that
수
arises
있는
from deeply
원인물의
personal,
심리적
psychological
충격으로
shock.
벌어지는 현상. 단단히
The
마음의 벽을 쌓아올린
the affected will have walled
상태라고
off their heart with a solid
이
defense.
벽을
This wall has to be brought down
디테일이
using
원하는
methods that the
방식을
distorted
통해서
would approve of.
여기서
In this case, the distortion would want chicken-based cooking, right? Gregor took a confident step forward after saying that. I cooked up a good few meals using leftovers and cans for my comrades during the war. Mirror dungeons, it kind of depends on what I pick. Like, during one run, I end up making the mistake of choosing, what was it called? Whatever the event before this one was, as one of the last floor, and I end up fighting a full-power Wu boss. And wow, Wu got hands. She absolutely kicked my ass. I also do like there's a rental team, although it's a shame I could only use it for one run. Oh, those traumatized soldiers were moved to tears by my dishes. They gobbled up stuff. Hey now, is it just me or did I hear someone scoff at that? How droll. Oh, what does the CF know about cooking? You'd be better off flipping hamburger patties with your pincer. Although I am glad the game has a roguelike mode in the general sense, I've been, sometimes I'm in the mood for one of those. Yeah, as mentioned, I don't have very much access to stuff. Like, the Ninja Siang and the Ninja Gregor are probably my strongest in terms of raw damage. Oh, no, Ryoshi, the cleaner Ryoshi is also up there. So yeah, those three are probably my best ones, hands down. Everything else is kind of just trying to make do with what I got. Like the middle little brother. Or for Sinclair, which is the one I'm using for him, and the Steampunk, the T-Corp, not M-Corp, T-Corp Don Quixote. Although T-Corp Don Quixote seems to be a bit more of a tank, which is why I wasn't sure about bringing her to Uptie 3. I might be better off waiting for something a bit more damaging. Then again, well, I got some time to think about it. Like I said, I'm going to worry about it a bit more later after I've had some time to get some rolls going. Got a team... I've got a decent bit I'll need to prepare for the story, all that stuff. It's not something I have to rush, is what I'm getting at, I guess. Oh, if Mr. Gregor opened a business, he'd be a boss with those big, meaty claws. Big, meaty claws. That is 100% a SpongeBob reference, game. I'm not going to... You're not fooling me with those big, meaty claws. Especially since we're talking about a restaurant. Ryoshu, that's short for crawling furball, but also I do like the idea of being a guy with big meaty claws. Hey, my head just got a sting. A true chef follows their tongue and blade. Could you really say the food haphazardly mashed together in the war zone is real cuisine? Team based on one effect type. Honestly, this team itself has mostly it's mostly gluttony and envy in this team. There's a mix of other things, but by and large, it's those two. What? So it's nice, easy to get some chains. I think there's been a lust one in the past too, but yeah. Only thing is, there's no wrath, which is a bit of a shame if I wanted to have Gregor use the brilliant glory ego. But I guess for most fights I don't need it. It's only going to be in longer fights or boss fights. Ooh, that's what the cookbooks. Miss Ryoshu, she's speaking full words for once. Sounded cool, but I'm not the one you should be... Character you like the most? Oh, that's a hard call. Let me wait for this cutscene over so I can go over here. Actually, hold on. Have you ever cooked before, Ryoshu? I've crafted dishes on a level that you as a trifling cook could not dare imagine. Okay, well now I'm starting to get mad. See, then I'm on Shu's side. Why are we splitting into teams? Because it's fun. And why did you end up siding with her? Greg, darling, we've been stuck close for too long. Why don't we travel a distance just for today? Notice that she did not answer his question. Heathcliff, having shaken off the dizziness, walked to Gregor's side.
저 자식을 박살내면 이긴다.
So we win by pulping her up, aye? No, we're not crushing anyone with force. You admit you're feeding your men canned food. You're a disgraceful soldier. For your reference, I prefer instant foods. The difference there is rather elementary there, Otis, in terms of freshness. That reference is just a preference. That's childish, really. Do you guys seriously want to take sides over this? Tell us, why don't you tell us whose sides are you on, Ishi? If you had to choose between Greg and Ryoshi to serve food for us. Don't you try coaxer. I know Ishmael and I have been thick as thieves since early on. In spite of her confidence, Ishmael's face and posture betrayed a sense of awkwardness. Sorry, Gregor, but if it's canned foods we're talking about, I ate more than I ever want on the ship. Come on, why don't you look me in the eyes,
마주치니?
Ishmael, huh? She took a few sluggish steps backwards next to Ryoshu. Her eyes looked up to meet Gregor. Even though there weren't much rapport to begin with, I could hear a little trusting bond existed between the two fall apart. Don Quixote had glued herself to Gregor's back before I even noticed. Her face was off color. As a matter of truth, we were banqueting upon skewered chicken on the bus. I bore witness to that woman's most awful deed.
닭꼬치.
What did she do with the chicken kebab? That is nay, I cannot begin to put in words. Ah, you saw it, didn't you? That's a secret technique of mine to bring out the ultimate flavor. Don Quixote shuddered violently. Soon enough, Hong Lu went to Gregor's with a sparkle in his eyes. Oh, it would be a unique experience to try dishes comparable to pet food once in my life, right? I'll be rooting for you, Gregor. Right, thanks a lot, Hong Lu.
그거 참 고마워.
He's not exactly being tactful, but I do get it. I think the point is Hong Lu wants something that's not made by the necessarily top professionals, but just someone who wants to make something something a bit more homemade rather than professional. Hong Lu stand behind Gregor, or maybe I'm just trying to be very nice in interpreting that. Hong Lu has been dismally oblivious with the shitty statements in the past. Hong Lu stood behind Gregor, wearing a kind smile.
파우스트.
Faust, I can
당신
count on
말고
you people to make the
누구?
rational choice, yes? I don't know, as Faust, I can enjoy risky venture from time to time. With that profound remark, she took her place behind
이해가
Ryoshu.
안 돼요.
I really don't get it.
왜
Why are we
이렇게
splitting into groups and opposing
저희끼리-
teams? Hey, chick, pick a way to survive or buzz off. Chirping
그딴
hesitation isn't
태평한
cool,
말을
kiddo.
하기에.
Then, Sinclair, you might be linked to Ryoshu on a spiritual level at this point. The ruthless remark made Sinclair trudge her aside. Isn't it unfair to threaten him and joining with you? That's cheating. I shan't choose, my friend. Instead, I humbly... My friend, in that case, I humbly await your selection.
저건 필요 없어.
Don't need that, you take it. Yisang was placed on Gregor's team without him moving a muscle. Lastly, Merceau quietly stood behind Gregor. Yeah, that's the Merceau way of handling things. Merceau, I'm a little touched. I know we never got to talk much, but you decided to come and stand by me in my time of need. I've only done so because joining the team with fewer members would set the balance right. Yeah, he's always been the strong, silent type. Merceau feels like the one we've gotten the least about, but I guess at the same time, that's just because he's, even in the, ID stores, I notice he's usually just the one running the numbers and such. He's pretty stoic. Someone proclaimed that they saw tears well up in Gregor's eyes at that moment. Where the team decided, we entered the kitchen. Okay, so we're going to have an Iron Chef. Nice. Looking for a suitable place to cook. It had become a long-neglected mess with traces of foul rampage. However, Ryoshu and Gregu cooked stray plates and utensils out of the way like it was none of their business, and they took their spots. Hang on, are we allowed to do this in someone else's restaurant? It's a raft, so who cares?
어차피
You can't call it a
망하기
restaurant
직전에
already faded to shut
식당이라고요?
down. We're trying to help. Yeah, our goal is to help with the distortion, isn't it? Bok bok. An angry flock of chickens fluttered to the immediate intruders, but much to their dismay. Get in my way and you're all getting chopped and sliced. You guys are more in sync now, at least. Alright, yeah. Oh, these are just the chickens themselves now. Head chicken, aka Bongi. Ah, gluttony. Clearly the best sin. And the one most relevant for a story chapter about food. Admittedly, I also do kind of like the true damage that Rupture allows. It is nice to bypass defenses. I imagine some of these things from... I also do kind of like how the uptight 3 for each ID gives you a story to it. It's also kind of one of the reasons I want to do so with Don Quixote's, just because it'll give me a bit more story. Her voice lines mention stuff like collecting taxes to ensure time passes properly. I'm sure that's going to be explained in a later chapter, since most of the IDs seem to be our characters in different factions. I guess what if they join this faction instead of Limbus, or in the case of one of Sinclair's, what if he joined Cromer in the end? But yeah. Even the ninja ones have kind of a neat story to them. Poor Gregor, it seems like no matter what, he's destined to be a science experiment, to be a living weapon, regardless of timeline. They talk about it a bit in Canto 7. That's gonna be a ways away then, especially since I still need to get people raised. They're not even at the current cap I have of 55. Although I am told the level cap will gradually go up as I complete the Cantos. Good to know, but of course something I don't need to worry about since I'm still need to prepare for the current ones. I could probably get past 4 if I wanted, but again, the event that I've been waiting this time for is still going on, so I want to get to that story and see what that one is like. Though I will say, this game is making me genuinely disappointed that Arknights didn't get their own crossover with Limbus Company here. I would absolutely love pretty much any of the Sinners as a character there. I do have some favorites, but again, I'll go into it a bit more after this is over and I can go to the Sinners tab and talk about it. Yeah. Well, plus, I heard someone mentioned a while ago that apparently Limbus's side had mentioned this crossover a year in advance or something. Yeah, the Arknights part half was only informed a few months ago. I probably should have started playing sooner, but I was honestly kind of on the fence until a friend of mine recommended I go for it. And yeah, he was right. Ryosho and Gregor radiated burning viciousness. Is this murderous aura supposed to be part of the culinary experience? Well, we're basically doing an episode of Iron Chef tonight, so I guess so. What recipe are you gonna say? Now granted, it could have been that Arknights revealed it sooner and I wasn't paying attention, but... Canto 8? Oh, congrats. Yeah, it does feel like I'm making reasonable progress. The only reason I was pushing the early Cantos was to unlock some better farming stages and stuff, but after this I could probably start farming the event stages before I get back to the main story again. I have been warned there's going to be a few spoilers for later Cantos, but that's unavoidable. I can't afford to miss this event, and I'd like to get the event stages done sooner than later since I can farm those for the event currency. There's a lot of nice stuff on display. Probably at some point you'll be farming Mirror Dungeons a lot. Yeah, right now I can only farm it 3 times a week, which is perfectly fine. I don't want to burn out on it after all. Arknights also has a roguelike mode, and I've accidentally burned myself out by playing that. What recipe are you gonna even show? More hand crapola? There's no dish that beats the taste of survival. Hey, champagne hair, get me a hen. Huh? Okay. Yusang, sorry, when he opens the can. As you wish. The sights and sounds filling the kitchen seemed at least somewhat proper. I can hear knives hitting the cutting boards, boiling pots, and fire sizzling cigarettes. Huh? Why do I hear smoking in the kitchen? The two remain silent. Oh yeah, both of these are heavy chain smokers. As of course, I expected the sound of a cigarette snuffed out only came from Gregor's side.
훌륭한 전시회였어.
Manager level up, not bad.
고맙다고 말해야 하나?
Alright, let me take a look at the Sinners here. I'll go by, first of all, now, Faust was one who quickly started appealing because, as many people have joked, she is basically Calcit from Arknights, and of course that character has their own appeal. And I just have, for the record, I just have the Butler ID equipped because I don't have a better one, if we're completely honest. I've been told that she's okay if I really wanted to raise Butler Faust, but I guess we'll see. My absolute favorite character is probably going to change based on what's going on in the chapter, but so far I do like Faust, I do like Gregor. Well, some of these I don't feel like I've... Yeah. Sinclair I really got to like after his story chapter. I want to like Don Quixote, but she had screwed us over a few times with her passion, but at the same time I just can't deny her passion is infectious. I love it. I also do like the story for Ninja Yisang, but Yisang himself, I'm gonna be honest, I don't feel much about him since he's barely here. I imagine we'll get more of him when his Canto shows up, since it has not escaped my notice that each Canto has a particular focus on a character. So, enjoying Limbus? Oh yeah. Get 7? Ah, nice. But yeah, the story, when I got this one to Uptide 3, really made me want to learn more about Yisang. But yeah, Don Quixote's mood is very infectious. I just love her passion. even if she can be really, really annoying. Ryoshu, I like from a gameplay perspective, but she kind of hasn't sold me yet, since she's just kind of the brooding asshole, and that's basically it. So, but I am open to see more about her. I'm sure there's plenty of things that can make me like her. Yeah. As mentioned, Faust is the one who appealed to me first, since she's very much like a character from Arknights I like, so that helped out a lot. Endings. Gregor, yeah. For all the flaws of Chapter 1, it did help me appreciate Gregor a good bit, and how he's... And the fact... Well, first of all, his ninja form is also quite nice, but it does also highlight the poor guy's apparently just always going to be turned into a living weapon. Like I said, Sinclair was kind of on until I got his Chapter 3, and that sold me on him a lot more. I don't know if this gangster version of him is particularly good, but I do like the skills and stuff that I do like the skills and passives that he has. So I figure it was worth up tie 3 on him. Rodian's okay. Her story chapter was the weakest, unfortunately. But I guess there is some nice in feeling her being straightforward. Same with Heathcliff. Heathcliff, I feel like I could definitely learn to love if I can get some more on him, but again, we barely get much of him aside from him being an impulsive dick, and he's not much beyond that. But oh yeah, as the art shows here, he does have a good bit with Don Quixote that he doesn't like to just sit back and do nothing when there's something that can't happen. He's not quite as endearing to me as Don is, but I do think he's the easiest one who could become a favorite based on whatever his story chapter is, whenever he gets that. Yeah, if I had Heisho's Sinclair, I'd definitely be using it, but these are the only ones I have. I was lucky and got the one who grips while doing the Arknights pulls, which is quite nice, but... And yeah, I did follow chat's advice and brought him during the final boss fight against Cromer to see the little scene there. It did mean I lost a bit of damage from it, since middle little brother is my strongest one for him, hands down, but it was kind of funny seeing that interaction. Yeah, as you can see, for most of these characters, I just straight out don't have anything, or I don't have much to work with at the moment. I've had different people give me different ideas as to whether or not the 2-star identities are worth it, but the 3-star ones, I've been focusing on the ones that I know are good, or that are recommended to me, or otherwise. The only one I'm building of my own volition that wasn't recommended was Don Quixote's, but yeah, she looks good in both the knight armor and this steampunk outfit here. It's pretty nice. And she's a pretty good tank, which is always helpful. Even if, yeah, I'd probably prefer a damage one, but again, I don't have any other options. Quite literally. This Ryoshi... one was... ID was the one I got in the tutorial, actually. This was the guaranteed 3-star, so I made that immediately. And when I pulled this one during the Arknights pull, my friend said, immediately go 3. Passives? Yeah, some passives are unlocked at 2, but I have noticed the ones that matter most are at 3. Yeah, technically speaking, I could up-tie her right now, but again, I'm saving these because there could be a better one, since I still need to pull for my Arknight stuff, so she could get a better one, and I can up-tie 3 the T-Corp one later. But yeah, these are the only 5 that I actually have a tier 3 for at all. None here, and I was using this one for a while, but I quickly found out why people say she's one of the worst identities in the game. She's slow as molasses. Although, don't get me wrong, I do really like her, I really do like her tremor stats. Stun locking enemies with tremor is a lot of fun. Yeah, it's no wonder my friend recommended I get this guy to up-tie 3 at all costs, because he's got good offense, defense. He's probably going to be my carry for a good while. Don't get me wrong, Ryoshi here is great, but she's definitely a bit of a glass cannon in comparison. Also, pulling or getting shards, I get 400 pick. Yeah, I'm aware of... Yeah, I was told of that, but I'm also told that I can expect that to take about a month, since I don't intend to be wailing for the Arknight stuff. Well, I don't plan to. Well, anyway. Yeah, everyone else here, anyone you see that I don't have a 3-star for, I don't have any real identity options for, so... Yeah, I'm basically just using my strongest ones in terms of raw stat. That's because they're 3-star, and that's it. I'm sure I'll make an actual team later, but these guys will have to carry for now. Hell's Chicken Palooza. What's this one? Head Chicken Bongi. On evade, target loses sanity. Oh my. So at the end of the turn, deal 3 SP to random enemy. Huh. So the chickens specialize in sanity damage. Well, this shouldn't be too bad.
하나씩 차근차근 그어서 되갚아보죠.
일기당천.
It's great working today. Keep it rolling. I was wondering about whether or not I should buy the Amiya announcer, but if we're honest, I'm a bit disappointed that the announcer doesn't really do much. They just kind of make silly comments here and there. It can be nice, but it's not like, say, the announcers in Dota 2 or something. I might still, but I'm thinking about it. But at the same time, that's a decent chunk of money for something I'm barely even going to be listening to, if we're honest. Don't get me wrong, I love Arknights, but at the same time, I play Arknights. I could just play as Amiya in that game if I want. And,
예상 못했나 봐.
yeah, everything here does sanity damage, but hopefully the winning clashes should help me keep it up. Dang, Yisang's animations, even Yisang's animations feel really impactful. At least with the egos, those are basically limit break or ultimate type attacks, so while I won't whip them out all the time, it will feel like a pretty big deal when they do. And as we saw with when I used it to one-shot Chapter 3's boss, they can be pretty satisfying to use. Damage. Well, usually damage and the winning are the same, but not always. But in this case, they probably are. There we go, victory.
마침내 굴레 하나를 끊었어. 두려움 없이 나아갈 수 있는 아씨가 그리던 홍원이
A chicken in hand.
가까워진 것이요. 그러니
Oh, interesting. That one's a chicken icon.
꼭 내게도 은자를 풀어주시오.
Yeah, it's a shame she's not in the banner pool.
온 몸에 피를 묻혀가며 쉼없이
That would have been
달리고
nice.
있으니.
I should probably start leveling up. Thankfully, the new player login stuff has been making it easier for me to, Excellent. Might as well do this. It's been making it easier for me to get these characters going, because there's been a decent amount of free threads and XP tickets just for that. It's appreciated, I can tell you that much. I might as well level up my carries a bit. It also gave me a decent amount of pulse for the tutorial, the new manager's banner, which is, as mentioned, where I got Ryoshi's cleaner skin. And that one's genuinely good. She's a glass cannon, so she's not as durable as Yisang, but she can at least kill things pretty good, and that's important when farming for other characters. Stared at Gregor's dish for a good while. What is Gregor? Military survivalist meal. Something like that? Why does it look like they drew an MS Paint hat on his head? And can I get that hat to put on him normally? Do they really eat this in the military? Look, Manager Bud, didn't you say you're amnesiac? Since when did you have since when were you such a delicate food critic? Gregor lost his usual calm demeanor and snapped. I look at Ryoshi serving next. I felt like I was looking at a brand new work of art. As in, I had no idea what it was supposed to be. Oh no. Not just any art. Modern art. Ryoshi, just to make sure, you didn't mistake our objective with assassinating the distorted restaurant owner, did you? She wants to shut the clock up. Heathcliff and Marceau caught the owner and put him in the seat in the meantime. We started by feeding Ryoshi's cooking. Yeah. The distortion's language is difficult to parse. It will take me at least 70 hours to decipher it based on the speech pattern and cadence. That long? We can't be frying chickens for all that time. Wait, I think I can hear his voice in my head. How curious. This could be due to the influence of the golden bows we've collected resonating in the manager's head. I don't think I just heard a staggering statement, but the owner's cries are too distracting. What is he trying to say? A funeral procession in my mouth. Is your cooking theme poultry apocalypse? He asks. Right. Today's the day I ripped that clock from its stem. Hey, don't shoot the messenger. I was just relaying his review. And the two of you can go to hell together. Got too cocky, eh? Confidence is good and all, but no match for hard-boiled experience. Alright, guess it's my turn. Open wide now, pal. Is he starting to open his heart? He's wondering if he sludged up from the food waste dumpster outside. Looks like both your dishes failed. The owner and his chickens came out as growls, as if to express their master's anger in full. Yeah, I had a feeling this would happen. Granted, it does feel like our characters succeed about as often as they do in Bob's Burgers, just to keep the restaurant theme. And if you've never seen this American sitcom Bob's Burgers, how can I put this? It's a show where the good ending is where they break even or they don't lose as badly as they thought they would. As if to express their anger in full. Alright, fight time.
일기당천.
You just have to keep winning these clashes and excellent, some good ruptures. Tremor and rupture is such a wonderful combination.
자, 어느 쪽일지 잘 생각해보라.
바람 불어오는 대로 짓밟아라.
그쪽 방은 아닐 텐데.
Wait, why didn't it get attack anyone else? I guess because they can only target. Alright, I should have done that manually then. Then again, this isn't a I don't think this is a normal battle. Let's find out.
깔끔하게 물었군.
좋아. 장부에서 삭제.
Oh, it is. Interesting. Win rate time.
바람 불어오는 대로
Ha. Dodge failed.
짓밟아라.
Papa Bongi.
물 넘고 꺾고 제쳐라.
Gangster Sinclair has some pretty good damage, at least. He also does have some nice support, since he does protect the allies a bit if they've been taking a beating. Oops, Dawn screwed up. Well, it's fine. She's built to take hits.
일기당천.
Oh dear. That hurt a little, but not as much as it could have, that's for sure.
물었군.
They're all down. Alright, time to play Open Your Heart from Sonic Adventure. 3 out of 5.
이 숫자는 뭐야?
What are these numbers?
다섯의 기회
Maybe an
중
indicator
둘을
of alerting us
소개하겠다.
squandering 2 out of
이런
5
뜻이 아니-
opportunities. I guess each team can prepare a dish then. How's that sound? Just like that, this began Limbus Company's petite cooking competition. Alright, let's assign each of us a role. Not that it'll make much difference. Say, Lou, have you seen a kitchen before? Ahem. Well, my room didn't have any kitchenettes, though I did sneak in the grand dining hall on the second floor a few times for snacks when I was a kid. Ahem.
그다음
Except we have Yisang.
며칠 전에 다 같이
Wasn't he the
유통기한
only
지난
one who
우유
came out
먹고
fine when we drank that
혼자만
spoiled milk
얼굴
the other
못.
day? The smell was a sensual one, permeating my pulmonary depths.
폐까지 스며드는
Yeah, Yisang is
센추얼한
normally
냄새였어.
pretty silent and doesn't really interact with anyone unless specifically called upon like this. Which is why it's such a which is why it was ultimately the story from his ninja ID that got me to wanting to learn specifically more about him. Don Quixote, something wrong with your throat? What say you let me take the mantle? She said this with a bashful expression, her hands behind her back.
돈키호테.
Don Quixote, this isn't time for
이거
kids stuff. I'm no child! And why am I denied the chef's place when Sinclair's allowed to do such another team?
달기 너무 들쑥날쑥하게
Chickens chopped
잘렸다.
unevenly.
반듯하게
Should cut them better. Keep her back straight. Okay, okay. Kiddo, isn't this a bit bland? I think it gives the teens a bit more sweetness. Sweetness? Where the sugar?
파우스트가 보았을
Based
땐
on what Faust is saying, the heat should be even pitched up one
저건
notch.
안 돼.
That one's hopeless. The knife's grip is all wrong.
그러지
Why
말고
don't you all
직접
stop being
거들죠 그래요.
backseat chefs and actually help? You could definitely trust Sinclair on that kind of stuff. His palate should be good enough to judge too, growing up in a wealthy family and all.
잠깐. 왜
No, wait
나한텐 아무도 요리해보란 말을
Hey,
안
no,
하냐?
wait a sec. Why isn't anyone giving me any
내가
suggestions?
제안
Watch,
정도는-
I can cook an egg. Bloody hell, why is the damn fry pan heated? It almost grilled me dead. Everyone watched as the pan heat clip through hit the wall and broke. This restaurant reeks of mold and other unclean stains. It's likely the kitchen's been left unattended for at least 140 days. Cooking outside may be more sanitary in the current situation. I prithee, give me permission to cook. How dare you mess up our kitchen? You'll reckon our wrath for your foul deed. It just felt as if that's what it was saying. Come on, keep it together, Gregor.
이걸로 이번 죽은과 결별할 날도 머지 않았나? 마지막까지 알뜰히 사용하시는 것 같으니 미련은 없겠다마는.
Huh, has it really been so few stages? Yeah, there's only 10 in total. A chicken and another head.
이 경로는 숨어들기 나쁘지 않군 거래. 자, 어느 쪽일지 잘 생각해보라고.
맘.
그쪽 방향이 아닐 텐데. 자,
Yeah, these guys really just want to erode your sanity to make winning the rolls harder, but if you win clashes, that's going to render that pointless. So it does mean you have to make sure you are always clashing.
일기당천.
You know, for some reason these chickens remind me of that one character from Made in Abyss.
좋아. 장부에서 삭제.
Oh, this one has a chef hat. Head chicken, aka Bongi.
차 부숴줄 테다.
Oh, it's also got the
맘.
위험해. 대상 사망. 징수 진행 불가.
now what was that character in Made in Abyss's name? Mitty, that's right. Yeah, Mitty from Made in Abyss. I suppose that the characters in that series suffer enough that they could have been in this universe. Because holy crap, does this series seem to like making the characters suffer.
물러먹고 꺾고 제쳐라. 좋아. 장부에서
맘.
자, 어느 쪽일지 잘 생각해보라고.
Just gotta beat that dodge roll. There we are. Easy enough.
훌륭한 전시회였어. 하, 이걸 오히려 고맙다고 말해야 하나?
Yet another set of these, huh?
정리 시간이다.
Yeah, I didn't convert the excess energy into those tanks because I wasn't sure if I'd need them or not, but I guess if this chapter only has 10, I could have and be fine. Can anyone tell what this food's meant to be? It is quite simple. Manager Esquire, is chocolate not delicacy? Thus we put it into cooking. Next, I utilize oranges as substitute potatoes, or I much dislike the tuber.
뭐?
Who
누구
do you think you are
마음대로
to take out
감자를
spuds
빼냐?
and take spuds like
이놈의
that? You're right,
새끼는.
baffling bird. Okay, but why is the chicken so brutally torn to bits? It was customary in our town to rip chickens to bite-sized pieces using hands. It was a treat to remember. And what's that black thing? Why is a lump of coal in
이거
the pan?
가만 보니까
Complaining
입도
an awful lot
없는
about
놈이
for a
트집
mouthless cuss.
너 이거
Do you even know how to eat
먹어볼
this stuff? Grr. The chickens rush ass under the restaurant owner's short yet decisive order. I can only hope Sinclair's works, if only because we need to... This is more embarrassing for us than anything else. Probably not even gonna die for once. We're just going to humiliate ourselves and go home. I'm almost wondering if that would be a worse situation than just having to die and come back again.
반항하지 마. 좋아. 장부에서 삭제.
내가 눈에 새겨주지.
Oh my, he actually lost the roll of the chicken.
좋아.
I'm
장부에서
embarrassing for
삭제.
him.
차 부숴줄 테다.
I thought I won that roll, and you get it. Vita took no damage last turn. Coin power plus 3. The 7 to clue terror, paralyze. Passives.
차 부숴줄 테다. 마음 놓고 열어젖히고.
I swear, part of this song makes me think of Ultimate Battle from Dragon Ball Super. Most probably know that song better as the Ultra Instinct theme.
일기당천. 바람 불어오는 대로 짓밟아라.
자, 어느 쪽일지 잘 생각해보라고.
Yeah, that one's definitely got a pretty good amount of buffs. Dang.
자, 어느 쪽일지 잘 생각해보라고. 깔끔하게 물었군.
좋아. 장부에서 삭제.
위험해. 대상 사망. 징수 진행 불가.
아니, 이게
Nay,
어떻게
what
된
manner of
일이오?
foul trickery is this? The number's gone down whilst the judge has not even touched his dish. He says it's not even worth evaluating since what you said of it scared away his
주인이
appetite.
뱉었던
there's a
음절수에
few
비해
more
너무
syllables.
해석이 길지 않나?
That's a few more syllables when the owner spoke, isn't it? Right, he is. May this rejection be revoked. Hold it, let me ask you guys first. Have any of you even tasted this thing? You can't just feed others things you haven't tried yourself. We're trying to please someone here. Clockface, you got it right. I have to admit, once try this. The tension was thicker than when we were preparing for battle. I urge you not to look at me with those eyes. Permit me if I sacrifice help with unfurl the wickedness of this world. Don Quixote shut her eyes tight. Bugger all, someone just stuffed the damn stuff in her jaw. He grabbed a lump up and shoved it in the nearest person's mouth. Merceau stood completely still at the unexpected taste test. Did that kill him on the spot? I swear upon thy honor, I've done nothing to cause trouble. If Sir Vigilus ever asked who's responsible. He turned to the Heathcliff very slowly. The what? The dressing is erroneous. Failure to properly cook the chicken results in a residual stench of blood and other unpleasant odors. The sauce is too thick to bring out the deep flavor. The inconsistent cuts of meat contribute to the serving's instability to rouse appetite.
이거
Have I gone
미쳤어?
loony?
말 다 했냐?
That's what you have to say?
아니, 끝이
No,
아니다.
I'm not finished.
간조합이 너무나 엉망진창.
The
그걸
spices,
먹은
seasoned
내일도
spices are a complete
진짜
disaster,
설탕이 부족하다고
and the taste of
버터도
my mouth is even
스푼
worse than
반을
plaster.
잘랐다고 하나님 못
Lacking
봤죠.
sugar, you toss 2.5 spoons of butter, and the end result may simply belongs right in the gutter. I'm sorry.
이상,
이상, I
당신은
must
이값을 하는 건지 이상한
Song, I
음식을
must ask
이상하게
you to
만드는
aim
건 내
the
일을 상하게 할
wrong my
이상인가?
teeth and prong
내
my
이야기는
tongue by cooking
여기까지.
wrong. Seeing
이상.
this plate as a headstrong lens to ding-dong notions about food you all along. I have no one excuse.
잠깐, 쟤 모이씨인 거 아니야?
Won't let him moment. And is he possessed by something?
보통의
Or?
사람들은 자세히
Most people were unable to
이야기할수록
accept my
힘을
point when I
받아들이지
elaborated
못하고
on my statements in detail.
그러니
Because of that, I've not bothered to expound upon them until now.
그리고
Additionally,
그럼 이번에는
I know. Why don't we let
메르소 씨가
Merceau
요리를
take
하시면 돼.
charge? Hong Lu swiftly made the suggestion of a slow shower of claps to break the frigid tension before his turn to be condemned.
저희가 물심
I'll put
양면으로
everything you need.
나는 조수를 두는 걸 선호하는 편이 아니다.
I do not prefer to have assistants around.
걱정 마시오.
Fret not, we shall not disappoint you. Don Quixote bravely exclaimed, rolling up her sleeves. Cooking is not my specialty, but feeling it's just already tempted. Let's have a look at Ryoshu's team then. While there was a spectacle going on in Gregor's, the air had grown tense among Ryoshu's crew. Oh, but how in the wings' names am I supposed to make food that's both salty and clean, sweet but not sugary, and lightly cooked yet somehow crispy? Sinclair yelled, throwing the apron he had been wearing to the floor. I can't do this anymore. Ishmael was right. Beating Heathcliff in arm wrestling is going to be easier than this.
그건 그냥 농담으로.
That was a joke.
확률적으로
Statistically
계산한다면
speaking, it's as likely as Sinclair's height increasing by 5 centimeters in a week. In other words, nigh impossible.
조용히 해요.
Shut up already, it's all the
고작
same.
그 정도의 충고에도
How weak, you cannot
징징거리는
withstand a
꼴이야.
few criticism and come whining like the
나약하고
pathetic
한심.
soldier you are.
그렇게 자신
You're so
있으시면
damn sure of yourself, Otis. Why don't you do it yourself then? As courageous as rebuttal was, his eyes were shut tight.
어쩔 수
Ah, you leave me no
비켜서라,
choice. Out of my way,
배잔병.
stragglers. It's about time
결국엔.
someone led this troop. In a series of turbulent events I didn't catch, Merceau took up Gregor's culinary antenna and Oak Blanche. The kitchen grew busy as the Gregor sinners moved according to Merceau's orders. Behold, Merceau, I've calmed the stove. This one in the adorable shape of a star.
감자는 정사각형으로
Potatoes should be cut into
반드시
square
잘라야
pieces.
한다.
They may be evenly cooked on all
골고루.
sides. Nevertheless,
정사각형,
square
5
shaped,
cm.
5 centimeters. He cooked more charismatic than... Merceau looked more charismatic than ever with a mantle of head chef upon his shoulders.
뭐야?
Whatever, chicken's chicken, it can only be so special. Who knows what lost recipe of this might have been superficial stuff like one spoon earnestness and three scoops effort, eh? Oh, is this how you cook
감자는 이렇게-
potatoes?
설마
What the?
바삭하게 구워진
I
채로
thought they harvested
수확되는
baked
거라고
potatoes on the
생각했냐?
fields?
아, 저를
Not take me
바보
for a
취급하실
fool,
때가
are you?
되면
Obviously, ripe
무르익은
potatoes fall from the
감자에다가
trees when the time is
나무에-
right. I was
농담이에요.
kidding, Heathcliff. Oh, what are you planning to do with the
감자의
tenderizer?
말갛게
A serene
꽃이
flower has
피었어.
blossomed on this yam.
이런
So a bud
척박한
can indeed
환경에도
bloom even upon this barren
결국 거기에
ground.
있다는 신호이니
That
당장
is a sign the
불질러버려야
potato is
한다.
poisonous. It must be
Don
disposed of
Quixote.
immediately. Don
앞서.
Quixote, confiscate it. Ready? Ho!
아니래요.
Ah, do
탄
not
것은
such
탄 것대로
burnt
의미가
things are
있어.
significant in
사실
their own
탔다는
ways. In
것은
truth,
인간들이
the state of
정의하는
being
허구의
burnt may as well be an
개념일
imaginary
뿐이고 그
concept defined by
본질은
man
변하는
when
것이
essence of an
아닐지도
object has
모르고
remained
거울의
unchanged.
장시간
Burnt
노출되어
refers to the condition in which a
겉표면이
food item is
일정색이
discolored beyond a certain
상편되고
degree and
매캐한
procures an
냄새가 나는
acrid
걸 탄
smell after
것이라고
prolonged exposure to high heat.
그리고 이것은
And this one is burnt to its
안까지
core. It's only right to discard it
장기적인
as
섭취를
long-term
할
consumption of
경우
burnt
몸에
food can
부정
negatively
반응을
impact the
일으킬 수
body.
있어.
How regrettable. Merceau became a ruthless chef while Yisang remained mostly unhelpful. Heathcliff was peeling ingredients at a surprisingly brisk
말
pace.
걸지 마. 집중력
Don't grab at me
깨지니까.
all It'll ruin my
칼
focus.
따위는
Knives are a
서치야.
luxury. A real pauper
진정한
can peel any
가난뱅이는
spud with nothing more than a
쇠숟가락
mill
하나만.
spoon.
합격이다.
This gets a
비스듬한
pass, so we're
방향으로
rewarded with
깎은
extra
것에
points for the expertise
어려움이가
displayed on
보인다는
your
점에서.
assailant strokes. That's class!
똑바로 보도록.
Watch closely. You need to
재료는
employ a
골고루
wide
넣어야
variety of ingredients. Being picky
편식이나
eaters will
해야
stunt
되니까
your growth.
전
Yeah, I
아직
can get taller from
성장기란
here.
말이에요. 그리고
I think.
영양을
Also, an
불균형하게
unbalanced diet is
섭취하니까
the reason your
머리가
hair is
그렇게
turned all
하이퍼-
gray.
파우스트는
Faust has
손이
always
그렇게
had.
거칠어지게 된
Your
건
hands in particular
다
become
편식
coarse and
때문에
rough for the
그런
same
거.
reason.
왜?
Excuse
이건
me, this is because
오랜
of all the work I did
뱃일 때문에
aboard the
그런
ship.
거예요.
오티스 씨, 나는
Me next to Otis.
나는 어때?
What about the diagnosis?
정신없게 소리
Don't
지르지
yell
마라.
frivolously. You're being a distraction.
훌륭한 전시회였어.
That's quite the exhibition. Perhaps I should think.
이걸 오히려 고맙다고 말해야 하나?
Master Chicken Chef.
만곡된 직선을 직선으로 질주하겠소.
해보겠네. 아직 징수할 내역이 남았으니 죽지는 마시게.
Oh, nice. One down already.
내가 눈에
Hopefully the
새겨주지.
sanity penalty won't be too painful.
이건 예상 못했나 봐.
맘.
Although I suppose if I was using the one who grips for
떨어져 치고
for Sinclair, that negative sanity might actually be helpful.
대상 사망.
Although I guess with that one, the reason I hesitate to replace my current one is, first of all, I've already built one and it's working well. I hesitate to ruin that when I'm still getting started. But also, it requires managing a very precarious balance, because I want the sanity low for a better shot at not getting the roll so his attack is full power, but also not being so low that he just There we are.
내가 눈에
Yeah, so it's not
새겨주지.
so low he corrodes and starts attacking anything, because I can't justify a berserk. I cannot deal with a berserked ally. That's just too much at this point in the game. Then again, it's probably bad at any point since the units do a lot of damage. And so doing a lot of damage to other party members would be a problem.
대상 사망. 징수 진행 불가.
자, 어느 쪽일지 잘 생각해보라고.
일기당천.
맘. 훌륭한 전시회였어. 하, 이걸 오히려 고맙다고 말해야 하나?
Oh, that's a dungeon. In that case, I'd best collect my sanity here. Oh, hello. That's over 1300, isn't it? Which means I can do another extraction. Alright, here we go. Yeah, I don't think any... Oh, one might be.
드디어 잘을 쓰시는군요.
Decided to use me at last. I certainly regret it.
후회하지
N-Corp
않으실
Hammer
겁니다.
Rhodian.
밧줄
This rope hold on tight or sink?
털어놓기 싫으면
The Pequod Harpooneer, Heathcliff. I'm
현장
not
자료
familiar with
들어볼 때
that.
이번 사건에 대한
The
결론은
evidence points to the conclusion this case was bloody hell. I almost had it. Detective Heathcliff. Well, that's still a 3-star for a character I didn't have one before. And I suppose that's a few more closer to the Spark. Oh, right, whenever I get a new one. What the? Actually, maybe I will use that one. Yeah, I'm gonna use that one because the detective stuff is fun. The 200 pity doesn't give you a unit so much as lets you pick which one you want. Still, that's picking one's definitely better than picking none, which is, if I have bad luck, is definitely a possibility. I'd probably go with Faust, but again, the issue with Faust is I don't have any good ones right now. Do the event after Intervallo. I could, but I also want to dedicate a full night to that. Yeah. I was gonna do that next time though because I want to dedicate a full night to it. It's gonna be a fun time. Oh yeah. Let's see here. I'm not sure if any of these 2 stars are any good, honestly. Actually, I should probably be asking about the 3-star for Heathcliff here. What does this guy have? Let's see here. Stock prey, poise, aggro, generate aggro. So he wants to be focused down. Tank but gets damage up when hurt. Oh, so a little bit like middle little brother, huh? Unfortunately, I've always got a bunch of characters who kind of work like that. Still, it's nice to actually have one for him there. So, what's the passive they'll get? Yeah. Still, it's nice to have a 3-star for him. Still, at least that means there's now 6 people who have a 3-star ability. Definitely some level of progress, I guess. Ooh, but yeah, that requires even more. It requires even more wrath, which I just can't generate. I sure have a lot of pride, though. We're a very prideful team, apparently. Oh, only 1 to enter, huh? Well, no complaints. You know we only have 2 chances left, right, team? How about we start with Merceau's, made from following a formula to a T. Prepared with pinpoint precision, Merceau's dish looked like a picture of the cookbook come to life. Right, we have something that looks like an actual serving, so that's a good start. After a taste of Merceau's work, the restaurant owner quietly savored it, contemplating. I had to ruminate on this dish. It was an excellent serving in all tangible ways. The taste, smell, presentation, yet it was missing something I couldn't quite describe with words. And that was professionalism as a cook. An ironic smidgen of blemish within absolute perfection. That sounds extremely vague. That is why this dish cannot get a pass, I'm afraid. He suddenly started sounding like a posh judge. Someone took the mask off that blighter's head. The only thing distorted about it might be his crooked attitude. Nevertheless, I hold no regrets over this battle. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce that, so I'll have to let him do it. At least the chickens aren't bum rushing us this time. With only 1 chance left, Otis brought her dish. Looks neat, nothing too fancy, simple and clean still. What are these couple of needles on the dish for? They look like clock hands. There's a simple decoration I added a tribute to you, executive manager. Ooh, I had to give bonus points for that if I could. I admit defeat. That's what he means. Alright. Well, at least Merceau is a graceful loser. The comment that followed from the owner was too sensational for me to put into words. You're such a mess. Why are you doing that freaky mask on your head? Owner's mama. Back in your mama's day, we grinned and bore all sorts of nonsense. How are you gonna live with this unforgiving world if you get all broken over something so small? Get it together already. My mother was always like that. Rather than kind and caring words, she'd scold me with nitpicky lectures. She was so peculiar about chicken too, rarely touching a piece. Oh, so basically this is that one scene from Ratatouille. You know what? I'm on board. I'm all for it. Rarely touching a piece that anyone else would take into a heartbeat. If she doesn't like it, she doesn't swallow. Running this restaurant, I had forgotten something important. Oh, mother. Now's our chance. The distortion, whatever, is weakening.
이것 보세요.
Look at this. Some kind of doors open next to him. Should we go through it?
대체
What
OT
made
요리는
Odie's dish
뭐가
stand out?
진입하지 제군들.
Let us march, soldiers. May we see the end of this. Select ego gift. Oh my. Well, we are primary. Alright, we either want poise, tremor, or rupture, because we're a rupture team. You know what? Let's see here. Tremor would also stun lock enemies, but you know what? Let's go all in on the rupture. Let's see here. Ally deals rupture on the target. Turn star enemies with rupture. Yeah, let's go with the talisman bundle here. Recommended level 30. Oh, the people I'm actually gonna fight with are level 30, but actually I should I guess this is a good time to oh, it's not gonna let me level up in here. Are you serious? You're really gonna do this to me, game? You know what? I could borrow someone to carry me here. It shouldn't be a problem. Ooh. This is going to be good. A crispy seat. Yeah, this team should suffice.
차근차근 그어서 대갚아보죠.
Yeah, everyone who matters is 30 or over, so we should be in good shape here. Dude. Just while this plays out, I'll grab a sip of my drink.
그쪽 방향이 아닐 텐데.
Ah, there we are. Yeah, look at all that rupture.
차 부숴줄 테다.
Their true damage will be their downfall.
얼마나지?
벌써 끝나가는군. 내가 눈에 새겨주지.
Alright, for a hard fight, that wasn't actually too bad. And that's good because that means I'm gonna get an item out of the deal.
내가 눈에 새겨주지.
물 넘고 거꾸로 제쳐라. 얼마나지?
I always thought it was cool when a character uses chains for a weapon. It's not exactly normal after all. So you gotta get creative. They're usually used in by street brawlers like the gangster. Or for a reason though.
마음 놓고 열어젖히고.
Oh, that's a stagger plus. Oh yeah, go Don. Sinclair isn't backing down either.
내가 눈에 새겨주지.
아직 징수할 내역이 남았으니 죽지는 마시게.
Yeah, Tremor and Rupture is working out rather well, I think. Victory. Crown of Roses. Sounds good to me. Yeah, this is basically just a round of Mirror Dungeon, I'm guessing.
하나씩 차근차근
I should be able to beat this
그어서
pretty easily. I mean, that's only a
대답해보자.
fraction as difficult as the previous one, so should be rather straightforward.
차 부숴줄 테다.
헛!
아직 지구할 내역이 남았으니 죽지는 마시게.
내가 눈에 새겨주지.
물 넘고 거꾸로 제쳐라.
Tremor burst and exploded. I must say the impact sounds and animations are really they're really visceral. They feel pretty satisfying even though you're not directly controlling it.
이런 대상 사망. 징수 진행 불가.
Easy. I still only want to work my way down because I want to get this fight down here. Should be pretty easy, I think.
직선으로 질주하겠어. 일기당천.
헛!
I guess if I had to choose one of the least favorite sinners at the moment, I guess the fact that Radion's chapter was the weakest one is doing her no favors. I wouldn't call her a boring character, or I do kind of like her backstory, but at the same time, I can't sit here and say she's nearly as engaging as the others. Although again, I have to admit, some ones who haven't written the story yet, who are normally quiet, like Merceau, don't give me much to work with. Favorites, I'm probably gonna have some bias of the ones who already had their storylines, but yeah.
차 부숴줄 테다.
바람 불어오는 대로 짓밟아.
I do admit I hope Hong Lu's chapter is gonna be fun, because he is one I'm quite interested in now that he's starting to show up here. Oh, Mirage Maz. Let's see here. Welcome, Raiders, welcome. I'm Luce. Yeah. Your resident legally distinct fey creature here. I'm in the middle of Limbus Company. I'm doing one of the interlude chapters where we are doing an Iron Chef battle with mutant chickens. Looks like you were playing Silent Hill F. Hope you guys had a good time there. Yeah, hope you all had a good time. Thanks for the Mirage Maz. If you do need to raid and run, I understand that. Self-care is pretty important, so... wandering through the fog. Hopefully it wasn't too spooky. Spooky season's still coming after all. Yeah, I'm at the dungeon at the end of the chapter here, so... We've got... So hopefully I'll be able to deal with the final boss of this interlude chapter and figure out what's going on with this strange person who's commanding mutant chickens that take over people's bodies. Oh, that's just a generic security guy. This guy doesn't even have a chicken on his head. Did he not get possessed by a chicken but saw his friends were and he decided he didn't want to be left out? Because I would believe that. Ah, glad to hear. Alright, like I said, self-care is important, so thanks again for aid, Mirage Maz. Have a good one.
차 부숴줄 테다.
벌써 끝나가는 거.
Oh, time to hammer down the enemy.
물 넘고.
Yeah, Yisang is hard carrying me. Strange I couldn't pick a support for this dungeon, but I'd be surprised if my team can't handle it. A teddy bear suffers from having nails lodged into its body. The bloodstained decorating is a telling sign of all the time spent in pain. The holes where its eyes should be are empty. Nothing but dry red marks inside. In spite of that, it stands with its arms wide, it endeavoring to fulfill its duty, giving hugs. Remove the nails. Embrace the sinners. We can bandage its wounds. You apply bandages to the hole in the chest. Blood leaks and saturates. The wound still seems sore. Give extra dressing to make sure it lasts. With a lust affinity, have 10 HP. Well, that was just a simple heal. Still, I did want to help it. Maybe I should pull them. Well, my logic was I wanted to bandage it first, since I can only pick one. If you just take out a puncture wound like that, it'll just bleed out. So I thought maybe it should be covered first. Following a crispy scent.
정리 시간이다.
All right, time for the next part of the chicken monsters. Burn.
내가 눈에 새겨주지.
Yeah, they should all be dominating.
그의 맘.
마음 놓고 열어젖히고. 이건 예상 못했나봐.
I do notice the ninjas seem to be popular. Going by the friends list seems to be full of them. Well, I guess I can't blame people for thinking ninjas are cool. They kind of are. They're trying to dodge. Yeah.
바람 불어오는
It's
대로
only gonna work for so long, though. Good luck's gotta run out eventually. My luck in the story mission seems to be, and skill check seems to be really good. It's a shame it seems to have come at the cost of my rolls. Pendant of Nostalgia. Following a crispy sentence. The bright spotlight shines on a portion of the noisy area. There seems to be chickens attending a ball. That's the tango. Looking at their movements, it might be a dance or tussle. You notice the sauce leaking from them. It doesn't seem to be aware of this. Let's alert it truthfully. Heed me. Sauce is leaking from thy body. Don't shout that, you dummy. Notify the leakage. The chicken quickly ran its wings and appeared to its back. Rather, sadly, the knot loosened on stitching. Care. Does that mean it can't do it on its own? Approaching with a trail of sauce, it held some thread and needle. Someone has to do this. Those eyes cannot be ignored. Alright, so who has the highest lust? Holy crap! Low for everyone except for Gregor. He's got a good shot at it. There we are. Gregor has only stepped forward. Taking the needle and thread, the sinner sat behind the chicken. Awkward but careful hands, they began to stitch the seam together. Fortunately, it doesn't seem to feel the pain of the needle. Once the sewing was done, it hopped on Gregor's lap to thank them. Gregor was perplexed. Contaminated needle and thread. Each turn, the first bleed skill to damage inflicts bleed by 1/3 the damage dealt. The rumbling horn. The dispenser's hum fills the air. It knows what we want. We know what it wants. Standard duty battery. Yes, please. Replace one of these skills. Doesn't look too useful. Looks like none of my sinners took damage, actually, so I don't need to do any healing. That's good. And let's see here. Painkillers. Staggered allies heal and gain protection. I think I'm actually going to want this one just to keep it safe. And that'll be good for now. Dense quietness. Feel free to take a rest here. If you'd like a chance meeting, please place that on the desk. Convenient store owner exploring a maze for a dispenser. Enhanced gifts. I can't afford it, unfortunately. Fuse gifts. I'm not sure I have enough for that. I might be better off with just the base effect. Alright, we'll go ahead and following a crispy scent. Time for the final boss of the dungeon. My team should be able to handle this with relative ease. I'm having visions I've never seen before. These must be his memories. They might be recollections that he partially lost due to the shock. Phew, I finally figured it out. I thought he'd keep his top secret recipe locked tight and away, but he was using it as a trivet to eat ramen. Is that my restaurant's recipe? How'd you get your hands on it? I sent a spy. Do you really think a part-timer willing to come in an hour early to help on prep with minimum wage would actually exist?
진짜로 존재할
But why?
이런 짓을?
Why would you?
어쩔 수
Oh, I had
없어.
no choice. If I don't meet the
본사에서
quota
제시한
HQ
만큼의
demands from
실적을
me,
못
my
낸다면
restaurant will be shut down. The
그래도
recipe's still in my head.
그 레시피는 전부 내 머릿속에 있어.
Oh, it's no use. I'll have it burnt
개념
in
소각기에
the
넣을
concept
생각이거든.
incinerator. Any trace of the recipe, including the memories in your head.
안돼.
Wait, they have the ability to erase someone's mind without having to actually be there to harm his mind.
설탕 2스푼, 간장 1스푼도 안 해.
Sugar, one half of a spoon.
그러니까
Like I said, you would have shut down your
내가
restaurant when I
경고했을
warned
때
you. You should have shut down your restaurant when I warned you. Sugar, sugar, I can't remember a
그
thing.
자식.
I never liked that past.
첫인상부터
Knew he
마음에
was
들지
rotten
않았어.
from all the signs plastered on his
개념
walls.
소각기에
If it was put in a
넣었다면
concept incinerator, that recipe's as good as gone.
개념 소각기가 뭐?
What's a concept incinerator about? Never mind,
아니야.
Ishmael. Your face tells me I don't want to ask about it.
개념
Pardon?
소각기라
The
한다면
concept incinerator.
기술을
It's a trusted
연구소멸할 수
method of
있는
permanently
대표적인
erasing a
기술이다.
technology.
이를테면
For instance, as the ability to make it as if Miss Faust never invented Mephistopheles.
시간이 되돌아가는
Does it turn
건가요?
things back in time?
아니요.
Oh no, not quite. It's simply oblivionized, as if the
어떤 일이
brain had
되어버렸든
never conceived it.
기술과
Any
관련되어 있는
documentation,
모든
photography,
문서,
tiniest bits of
사진,
parts, even Miss Faust's own
아주
memories will be
작은
obliterated.
부분 파우스트 양의 기억까지
Oh, that
모두
sounds
사라지는
extremely
것이요.
dangerous and easy to abuse, especially if apparently especially if some random ass restaurant owner has the ability to use something like that.
해당
The
특이점
effectiveness of
소각기
range of the
제품의
incineration
비율에 따라
depends on the price of the product. It's true, I can't remember if the marinade is based on pepper or soy sauce. How much sugar or salt? Nothing's left in my head. None of my customers can remember how it tasted. There's no use in trying, it's useless.
마음부터
No, you're
물러서.
soft-hearted. In Bongs, you should do away with that tacky name and give your restaurant a better title. In Bong was my mother's name. Oh, what? I suppose tacky can also mean a friendly warmth.
문제는
The problem is your weak will. Just why you're so eager. Why are you all so eager to start fights? Come, I'll fix that helpless attitude of yours. Let's go, boss time. This should be pretty easy with the upgrades we've gotten. We've got a lot of rupture, and this stun. Mostly rupture, but that just means they won't. Yep, see, their defenses are nothing. Of course, tremors are going to be nice for stun locking as well. Oh dear, that's a lot. Somebody got seriously hurt, didn't they? Yeah, we need to make sure that he's always clashed with them, because we can't allow a stagger victim to take too much damage. They get amplified damage if I remember right, so... Yeah, his HP is melting fast.
그쪽 방향이 아닐 텐데.
이런 대상 사망. 징수 진행 불가.
You lack sufficient resources. Oh yeah, I don't have any wrath to use these. Yeah, I need wrath for a lot of these, and I simply don't have it. I could use Dawn's though. Yeah, I need someone with wrath on the team if I want to seriously use these. Yeah, look at them, they all use it. Actually, maybe Dawn should take out this enemy just so that there's no more trash to help get rid of the trash mobs. As far as I'm aware, this boss doesn't seem to be summoning minions, so... One less problem in the future. Oh dang, I thought that would be killing. Yeah, that should work.
일기당천. 바람 불어오는 대로 짓밟아라.
Ow.
위험해. 대상 사망. 징수 진행 불가.
Defeated. There we are.
치킨을 튀기면서
Running this chicken joint, I'd forgotten something important. That's
내가
right. The
궁극적으로
chicken I wanted to
만든
cook
어머니조차
was something
맛있게
even my
드실
mother
수
could
있는
enjoy.
그
Something to
한없이
please her extremely
까다로웠던
particular palate.
아니,
No,
사실
I
알고
knew
있어.
all along
엄마가
that the real reason
치킨을
Mama couldn't eat
드시지
chicken is because we couldn't afford to
넉넉지
feed the whole family.
그래서
That's why we always had
우리
a
집에는
stash of
항상
coupons at
쿠폰이
home.
쌓여 있었다.
10 could be exchanged for a free
10개를
chicken.
모으면 하나를 어머니는
My mother would keep collecting them for me.
당신은
You
입에도
did all that
되지
to feed
않은
me the chicken you wouldn't eat. Wait,
피자 쿠폰.
these are pizza coupons!
엄마는
Son, your mama, she liked
치킨보단
pizza better. Oh, my head. He's back to normal! That was
좋은
a sound
작전이야.
plan, a carrot and stick approach,
당근과
an
채찍.
effective tactic.
군사작전에서
Often
종종
deployed in military
써먹.
operations.
그게
That was a
작전이었나요?
plan? I don't see how that was any
그냥
different from usual
평소처럼 호되게
bawling and
막말하고
striking out
선제
나와
first.
예송.
You're subtle in this room.
소년만이 눈치챈 기류지.
Strapping
잘
young
따라오죠.
lad caught my hint and followed well. Thank you, Captain
감사합니다.
Lucas.
오티스님.
Oh, so even the Iron Chef style fight they had was all part of the act. You'd almost called him rookie, didn't you?
감사합니다.
I can't thank you enough. I'm ready to start anew.
중요한 건
I wasn't the recipe I
레시피가
needed.
아니었어요.
It was to remember the to cook for the
누군가를
heart meals I
위한
care about, even if it comes in the shape of a pizza.
설사 그
My customers will
형태가
appreciate their earnest
피자가
servings.
저
Boy,
치킨집에서
your rival
무제한
promised
이용권을 준다고
A
했단
lifetime
말이야.
voucher for free chicken. What do you have?
야,
I thought I'd be stuck in my face with
지금쯤이면
drumsticks of
닭다리를
countless flavors
종류별로
by now.
큰 건
It's nothing
아니지만
much, but please take this. He gave us a wrapped up box.
가게에
It's an invaluable treasure. There's nothing else like it.
하나밖에 없는 걸.
Could we accept
우리가
such a rarity from me?
여러분이
I wouldn't have
아니었다면
been able to reopen my restaurant without your help, so I insist, please, take as a reward.
그렇게 해서
We resolved the distortion and claimed our spoils.
어떻소?
Pray tell, are you speechless in the astonishment at the glory of our tale? We then embarked two bongs, is where I tuned out.
처음부터 듣지 않은 거였어.
That means you couldn't nary a word. He tuned out the entire story.
어차피
Why should I bother listening to your embellished drivel when Faust report will fill me in on all the details I need?
그쪽은 신경 끄고
Come on now,
동키해.
donkey.
우린 빨리 상자를 풀어봐야지.
Don't forget the sourpuss and forget the sourpuss and dagger rounds. We can open the box.
뭐가
I wonder
들어있을?
what's inside. Coupons. Surrounded by the sinners full of anticipation, the
단
lid was lifted.
하나밖에 없는
Meet
마스코트
Bongi, the one and only doll of our mascot. I was hoping to see this one day, but I'm glad to be giving it to you as a gift of gratitude.
아니야.
No way, this can't be it.
이럴 리
Maybe it's
없어.
something in the plush's
인형
belly?
배를 갈라보면
He didn't seem to be the kind of person to do that.
처치곤란해서
He's probably trying to get rid of it and we were made to take it, huh? Still, it is something, a nice special keepsake. I mean, we haven't gotten many of those since we started this job, right?
그 소각기인가
Let's toss the thing
뭔가에
in the
버리.
incinerator. A hand gently tugged at the doll of Heathcliff and gripped with ferocious rage.
이
Carol
승객
likes this
마음에 들어.
passenger.
대체 어디가
What's there to
마음에
like about?
눈매고는
It's got eyes and
아무것도
nothing
갖고
else.
있지 않잖아. 그게
It's
좋아.
nice.
그래.
Alright then,
그럼 된
keep
거지.
the doll.
눈 말고
That is an
아무것도
incorrect
없다기엔
assessment as the doll has a
팔다리랑
torso and
몸.
limbs. Just like that, the chicken plushie we got instead of free food for life earned its seat on the bus.
네, 동랑소장.
Yes,
뒤틀림은
Chef
무사히
Dongrang, the
해결되었습니다.
distortion's resolved. I confirmed with my own
처음엔
eyes.
조금 믿었지
It did seem
못해
unreliable at
보였는데
first, yes, but I think it should be
이야기를
okay to speak
나눠도
with them.
좋을 것
Yes, bring them over now.
이제
What?
어떡하죠?
Now of all
전
things? I
주어가
dislike
빠진
sentences
문장을
that lack a
싫어합니다.
subject.
저 식당이
Once
문을
that
다시
restaurant
열면
reopens, we'll lose our
우리 가게에
customers. I'll miss
손님이 빠져
quota. And
훔친
you
레시피를
should
개념
have started looking
소각기에
for a way to
넣었을
live the
때부터
moment you put that stolen recipe in the
살아남을
concept
국민을
incinerator.
도둑질을
Haven't you ever heard
하려거든
the saying? If you rob
집주인도
a
못
house,
알아채게 해라.
make sure the homeowner
이
never
속담도
realizes
모르십니까?
it. I don't know anything about that.
네,
Yes, of course you
제가
wouldn't. I just
방금
made that up.
만들어낸 말이거든요.
Remember it well next time,
다음부턴
though.
그럼 이만
I'll see you around.
손님들 맞을
I have
준비를
visitors that need
해야 돼.
greeting. And before we were dragged into a mess of unprecedented scale. I don't think that plush was all that ugly like they
굴레
insisted.
하나를 끊었어.
Maybe. Karen's the only one who
두려움
could
없이 나아갈
appreciate
수
true art.
아씨가 그리던 홍원이 한 걸음 더 가까워진 것이요.
I mean, Roshu claims to, but even she didn't seem
그러니.
to have a comment on it.
언젠가 재회할 날
What's this, mini? What are these mini things? Oh, right, we need to go to Hell's Chicken and pick up our last few rewards. Or not? Another dungeon? I was not expecting another dungeon. Oh, well, why not? I've got more than enough, things in storage. Let's do it. Alright, we're gonna start with Barb Lasso. We're gonna make sure that they're gonna have as much rupture as humanly possible. Oh, it's not letting me go back, is it? Why is it asking me if I'm sure if I want to go in or not when, Yeah, there's no back button. What's going on? That's weird. I can't hit escape or anything to go back. Oh well, how hard could this possibly be? I definitely want to go down this one, so let's go here.
만곡된 직선을 직선으로 질주하겠소.
Yeah, I think the sinners were too harsh on that plushie.
자, 어느 쪽일지 잘 생각해보라고.
I knew the story would force us to prevent us, would have something to prevent us from getting the top reward, but in the end, I think it's better we didn't, since, yeah, that guy's awful.
아직 징수할 내역이 남았으니 죽지는 마시게.
If his only way to succeed is by not having any competition, then clearly he doesn't have a product that's worth the going after.
자, 어느 쪽일지 잘 생각해보라고.
일기당천. 물 넘고 꺾고 제쳐라. 얼려라지.
그쪽 방향이 아닐 텐데.
Yeah, I don't mind doing a short mirror dungeon round.
헛! 맘.
Satisfying.
헛! 맘.
Wow. I have a feeling you're doing better than usual. Dang, they're overwhelmed. Well, best not let them suffer. Finish them off immediately.
그쪽 방향이 아닐 텐데.
That's a shame our attack didn't seem to land that well.
좋아, 장부에서 삭제.
Yeah, as long as I don't run into a story chapter where everything is immune to gluttony and envy, I should be in good shape. For at least a little while, anyway. Following crispy scents.
정리 시간이다.
Yeah, Don Quixote can take the hit from that. I'm not worried about a tank getting focused down.
깔끔하게 물었군.
But as I mentioned, I should probably find a way to get someone with Wrath on our team. We have no sources of red energy at the moment, and half of our egos require it.
참 부숴줄 테다.
Like that's effective. We got
좋아,
this.
장부에서 삭제. 하나씩 차근차근 그어서 되갚아보죠.
일기당천.
헛!
Slam.
넘고 거꾸로
Yeah, the skill 3 that causes that cut-in to show up. This seems to be what most of the identities build revolves around. Like calling it a build out lack of a better term.
대상 사망. 징수 진행 불가.
차 부숴줄 테다.
바람 불어오는 대로 짓밟아라.
좋아. 장부에서 삭제.
There we are. Victory. Combat tipism. Alright, I'm gonna want to fight the abnormality down here. What's this? Cackle. A mountain made out of hold rocks, shrouded with white fog. Rocks and mirrored clashing with each other. There's a big being with long limbs and stone-like skin piling up a tower. Could it be the stone tower being made for a wish? Or is it a cairn burying someone alive? Slothing. Let's bring the cairn down. Who will bring it down? Wrath and Envy. You see someone buried beneath the collapsed chasm. We may never know why it was buried discreetly. Cost 70 gain. Gained 70 coins, that's pretty good. Now let's get whatever this mysterious item is. Ooh, and a difficult fight. That's gonna have a nice reward. Yeah, just like in integrated strategies in Arknights, I try to focus on the harder fights unless I have a specific reason to be avoiding them. Just because they give additional rewards.
물 넘고 거꾸로 제쳐라.
Yeah, Dawn can take hits, by all means.
이런 예상 못했나 봐.
벌써 끝나가는군.
Yeah, let's split it a little, rather than having everyone focused on a single target.
바람 불어오는 대로 짓밟아라.
Yeah, see, I knew splitting it would be a better idea than just having everyone target one enemy. Blue Zippo Lighter. Gain one gloomy go resource and one resource of 2 other random affinities. That's gonna be nice to get our missing affinity, actually. I guess we're going by the southern path here. Some folks are blocking the way. They're sitting on a deck, yelling at each other. Look at this succulent piece, the rich juice coming down the fibers of luscious meat. This is what chicken's about. Wrong. This piece is a clean taste, with not an ounce of grease tainting the tongue. This is the real you deal. The two turn around. You tell us which is better. The chicken's chicken. Gotta be drumsticks from duty. The breast, of course, unsullied and spotless. Ah, here's your reward. You deserve a drumstick of your own. Oh, that's burn. I don't really have much value for burn on this team, but whatever. My favorite with the chicken piece really honestly depends on my mood, because it will change. Like, if you ask me today and then ask me next week, I can pretty much tell you the answer can be completely different, I'd wager. Favorite food is, then again, I guess favorite foods in the general sense are one of those things that's going to change based on your mood. Like, if you have your favorite food each day for a week, you're going to be itching for something different, no matter how much you might love it normally.
좋아. 장부에서 삭제.
Overwhelming. How overwhelming.
대상 사망. 징수 진행 불가.
벌써 내가 눈에 새겨주지.
넘고 꺾고 제쳐라.
Though thinking about it, the ending to the interlude seemed to imply to me that
넘고 무수히 넘고.
our buddy from K-Corp seemed to actually want this outcome, unlike the restaurant owner.
좋아. 장부에서 삭제.
Very, very interesting.
깔끔하게 몰았군.
Granted, at this point, I don't trust anyone from any of the corps. It's as far as while it is nice that he probably wanted us to save him like we did here, I'd still say it's probably going to be a matter of an alliance of convenience rather than anything. Quicker skill? No. Piece of relationship. All deployed identities gain 5 levels. Oh my. I'm assuming it's temporary for this, but for fun, let's do it. Choose the energy drinks. Heal everyone slightly rather than one person significantly. Then take the rest here. I don't have any money for anything. I could, however, fuse gifts. Keyword poise rupture. Here we are. Let's go. Fusion. I guess that's more useful than what I had before. If only because I don't have any burn on this team whatsoever. And as nice as the resources are, I don't think I'm gonna need them now that everyone's gained 5 levels. It's not, I doubt it's permanent, but it should be helpful.
일기당천.
맘.
I might as well make sure the last ad is removed so that we can focus on the boss without distractions.
맘.
That should help quite a bit. Let's go. Ego time.
맘.
Ego time.
나의 손으로
I absolutely
잘라낼 수
want to win
있다면
this.
해보겠네.
That's a lot. That's a huge boost to envy damage.
아닐 텐데.
That seems relevant. We got this.
얼얼하지?
Dirty
열혈
time.
로신한테 정의는 승리한다.
Only 33 damage, oh my. I guess that was a decent bleed count.
내가 눈에 새겨주지.
물 넘고 꺾어 제쳐라.
Yeah, true damage is definitely helping here. Let's
저
cut through
부서질
the
테다.
highest damage
바람 불어오는
stuff
대로
we can do.
짓밟아라.
There we go. Finished it with a one hit.
마침내 굴레 하나를 끊었어. 두려움 없이 나아갈 수 있는 아씨가 그리던 홍원이 한 걸음 더 가까워진 것이요.
Excellent. Now I can grab these here.
어두운 것엔 익숙해.
Alright, got some more battle pass stuff. Missions. That's it. And nothing new there. I'll admit I was expecting to like Don Quixote more than I actually ended up doing, but I suppose I can't deny she has her appeal, that's for sure. Ishmael I definitely need to learn a bit more about, though, especially since she has the Scotty identity, and the Scotty ego. If it was Scotty identity, that'd be even better, but well, also maybe. Guess depends on what it does, but you know what I mean. Actually, that reminds me. Do I have no, I just barely have 500, so I cannot yet buy the Scotty one. I probably would have been able to if I didn't buy the threads, but if I hadn't bought the threads, I wouldn't be able to upgrade anything, including the Scotty ego once I get it. I can't go late tonight since I've got some stuff in the early morning, but next time I can go late, and that's another reason I kind of want to do the Arknights event then, because I should be able to do it with my current power just fine, but more importantly, it'll open up farming there, and also I can enjoy the story on stream, and that's going to be a lot of fun. What are these? Minis? Dante's Records? What's this? Just a story beat bit? Let's find out. Dante? Mephistopheles doesn't roar and grumble ahead all day long. It's an engine that... Mephisto is an engine that needs rest from time to time, much like how Charon is still a human who needs breaks on a regular basis. Are you still awake, Miss Faust? Yeah, Mephistopheles is the bus that everyone's on. Still awake, Miss Faust? There are a few things left to check, as the engine is treated harshly during operation. It needs to be well maintained while at rest. To substantiate her words, Faust carried light tools and a small mechanical device in place of her usual Zweihander. You're working hard. This barely counts as work. To witness Faust's magnum opus Cordis being overworked with no time for takes a greater toll, rather. She said this after making a light smile. Do you like this update in particular? She looked at me using a single handheld device. Oh, this thing. Yes. I believe previously you weren't fiddling with it quite as often. It's nothing much. I was just making most of this new feature I've needed. Whenever Faust requests a break for routine maintenance, my LDCB PDA also receive updates. The updates also occasionally with additional functions, and this time, a note? This device didn't have the functionality until now? It didn't, surprisingly enough. You didn't know that? I thought you were omniscient, Faust. Faust only knows everything that Faust knows. Somehow I'm rolling my eyes very loudly. Pardon me for a moment. She took a peek at the screen of my tablet. Are you attempting to write an encyclopedia, Dante? I mean, you keep using words I don't know like fixers or whatever wings are. It might be a common vocabulary to you all, but not me. Yeah, ditto there, Dante. I understand. I suppose you've lost all memory of the city. Yep. So I want to write down most of the stuff here. And copy things I've been scribbling on paper while I'm at it. Yeah, this is also why the Fate series games also typically have an encyclopedia of common sense universe terms. That game is on par with Destiny or Kingdom Hearts. That series is on par with Destiny or Kingdom Hearts in terms of massively complicated and if you want all the details. Though, granted, I'm gonna go against what a lot of those YouTubers discussing where to start and just say, luckily that series is one you can start basically anywhere and they'll get you up to speed real quick. But yeah, don't be afraid to use the encyclopedias, they'll often have. And copy down things I've been scribbling paper while I'm at it. This clock on my shoulders could be replaced with yet another head at any moment. There's no guarantee the memories I have now will stay with me. That's why I must prepare a backup plan like this, so I don't forget twice. Okay, yeah, we're just gonna watch the mini stories then. Bus's back door. I could make a joke, but I don't, I'm a bit too tired for that right now. Oh, what the hell? I imagine he's supposed to have a British accent, without much warning, or maybe a British one. Without warning, the bus grinds to a sudden halt in the back streets. We'll stop here today. Caron, I fear we haven't quite reached the destination.
목표에 15% 정도 모자란 위치다.
approximately 15%
이후
short of the
일정을
target
위해서는
location.
적어도
Considering our
3%
schedule,
이상의
proceeding at least
전진이
3% further would be
이상적이다.
ideal. Caron's sleepy. Excellent bus drivers don't drive while
훌륭한
sleepy.
버스 기사는 졸음운전 안 해.
Hate to say it, but I think Caron's got a good idea, honestly. If you're really tired to the point you're falling asleep, you do not want to drive. You don't want to keep driving. You want to find a place to stay for the night. Otherwise, you could get yourself in an accident. Luckily, I am not talking from experience, but I've run into people who have. Got it. Just stop stomping the brakes every damn time. You know how much you've done this? Forsooth, sir, Heathcliff has crashed his nose on the back of his front seat for the 4th time, which must signify this is the 4th screeching halt to occur.
졸리기
Leave the
시작하자마자
wheel as soon as you start
운전대를
stealing
벗어나야
sleepy,
합니다.
says the radio.
맞는 말이긴 하지만
Yeah, that's a good point. We may
조금
need a bit more
융통성 있게
flexible with
받아들일
that sort of
필요도
thing.
있는 거 아닌가요?
Yeah, despite how much Ishmael's actually been participating in the story, it feels like I barely know anything about her. I know she worked on a ship, and she supposedly has a sailor mouth, but that's about it. And, honestly, most of this team has a mouth for cursing pretty hard, so I'm not sure that's even something to write home about. But I need an excuse to use her more since she's got the Scotty ego, so I guess I'll have to work something out there. Only thing is I don't think even my 2 stars are functioning for her. Like, if I get the Chalcid ego, I'm told that I can definitely make the Butler Faust work if I really want, but none of my Ishmael IDs are any good. Disappointing, I suppose. Ooh, a statement like that's plain as that can make quite amusing depending on who says it.
도련님도 나랑 같은 생각인가
The
보네.
minted boy agrees with me. It's funny when the least fixable one says that kind of gabble. What was
말 다
that?
했어요.
If that's what you're playing
그렇게
at, what kind of
따지면
old fogey over there? Maybe I should give everyone much more
아직도
exaggerated
자기가
accents so that I can
전쟁통
work with them a bit
장교인 줄 아는
better. What was that about her playing at? What the old fogey over there still thinks she's a wartime general. Ishmael pointed at Otis, whose veins were beginning to stick out on her veteran classic face. Oh dear, Virgil's act. This is the prime example of the terror of learned fear. It's happened enough to be familiar, but it's still intimidating to hear Virgil send the bus into a chilling silence with a single gesture of utterance.
뭐지?
What is it?
잘들
You're all happily chattering moments ago.
놀리지 그래.
No reason not to continue.
오히려 당신이
Oh,
깽판치려고
weren't you
한숨
signing
쉰
on
거
a proper
아니었나?
rampage? Signing to go on a proper rampage?
기지개 핀 거다.
I was stretching.
몸이
Felt a bit stiff.
찌뿌둥해서 말이야.
Oh, screw you, Virgilus. He knew they'd do that, wouldn't he?
뭐?
What a load of...
하는 짓들이
It's how
제법
laughable how you
우습군.
behave. You're like dogs that drool at the
종소리만
sign of a
들으면
bell.
침을 흘려대는
Damn you, Pavlov!
꼴이라니. 불만 있으면
If you've got
항상
complaints,
그랬듯
remember that my office in the back always has open hours.
사무실로 오도록
I'll make time for
면담할
constituents.
시간을
I'll make
만들어줄
time for
테니
for
Faust
consultations. Miss Faust, I
나머지
leave the rest to
정리를
you.
부탁하지.
As harsh as he was with Dawn, I do admit he had a good point with having to tell her to behave after she kept blowing our cover 3 times in a row. Twice in 1 chapter, in fact.
네.
Of course. Virgilus nonchalantly walked past the sinners with their piercing stares and Charon at the side and stood the back of...
열려라. 들게.
Open, Perla. It's Sesame, Charon. Still, the fact of Virgil, despite his demeanor, he does have a soft spot for Charon, and that makes me quite interested. I also did read the prequel comic between streams after someone pointed it out to me, so it was kind of interesting. Even when he just has a regular day job, people seem to respect him because of his red eyes. It was pretty vague on what that exactly means, but I'm pretty sure that's intentional so that you don't get something for this game spoiled too early.
카론도
I
알아.
don't know, it's not like magic
어차피
phrases
그런
are what open
주문으로
doors
여는
anyway.
그렇지.
I suppose so. Unless it's one of those doors that is specifically designed to open to a specific passphrase. Well, they exchange corny jokes. The door is large enough to fill the backside slowly
벌써
open.
몇 달은 됐는데도 저걸
Been a
볼
few
때마다
months, but it
기분이
still
묘하단
weirds me
말이야.
out every time I see
밖에서
it.
보던 것보다
It's
안이
a lot
더
bigger on the
넓잖아요.
inside, right?
그쵸?
Wait, are you telling me the Virgilus is the Doctor from Doctor Who this whole time? Very important distinction to make, since the Doctor can also be the Doctor of Arknights, which is a completely different Doctor. And no, I don't remember if he has an actual doctorate. He's not a medical doctor, I know that much, though. It's bigger on the inside, though, right? As the back door opened, a splendid, narrow, deep, spacious hallway revealed itself, and an endless corridor that seemed to go on forever. From this hallway, the classy poles demarc at the end of an area were allowed to traverse, standing in front of the unending lines of red lights. Huh. I guess Virgilus just really likes the color red a lot. Can't imagine why. Though this place seemed comfy, something about it makes eerie feelings crop up. Yeah, no matter how luxurious a place is, ominous lighting is a thing.
생각해보니
Now that I think about it, is this one of those
저것도
singularities belonging to a
나에게
wing?
특이점인가?
Frau Frost, do you know
파우스트
anything?
물론 알죠.
Of course it is known,
하지만
but I'm certain
대부분
you
자세히 말할 수
that you do
없다는
know
것도
that I cannot
알지
speak of him
않나요,
in that much
그레고르 씨?
detail, Herr Gregor. Could stand to be a bit
살갑게도
nicer about it.
여긴 복도다.
This is a corridor.
맞아요.
That is correct. It is a
복도죠.
corridor.
아 그래.
Sure is. A long hallways, with doors to rooms on different sides. Of course, it's a corridor.
헐, 뭐.
IF.
뭐라는
What are you
건지.
trying to? Whatever. I'm too tired. Dante, hurry on with it. Gregor's words snapped me out of idly staring down the edge of the passage. Yeah, they covered what corridors were in that comic, actually. Apparently, it's basically a pocket dimension that connects to different areas, which I guess explains why it would normally seem so much bigger there than it might on the outside. Oh yeah, right. Dante, while I understand that you may
항상
feel
하는
it to be an
일이라
unnecessary
필요성을
repetitive
느끼지는
act,
못하겠지만
simply put, the executive manager's
그래도
approval is a
관리자의
vital
승인은
part of the
중요한
procedure.
절차입니다.
Please understand.
이해해 주세요.
Yeah, I get it. He's more or less the closest thing I have to a boss here, so I might as well make sure I get his approval. No need to put it like that, Miss Faust. With that answer, I got up from my seat and stood at the front looking at the crew. I hereby confirm today's close of business for the sinners.
감사합니다.
Thank you kindly.
지금부터
Starting now,
변동 가능성을
you will all be
가진
given a maximum of
최대
12 hours
12시간의
for taking
수면 및
sleep and
휴식을
rest.
시작합니다.
The duration is subject to change. Good
좋은
night.
밤 되시길.
Yeah, it has to be able to change if we get attacked in the night or something. As soon as Faust began speaking, the sinners walked along grilling and sliced. Ah, gee, man, I'm whipped.
싱클레어군!
How
오늘도
fine
체스를
nighttime,
두지
Sinclair.
않겠는가?
What you say, another game of chess?
싫어요.
No thanks, Don Quixote. You always run into
씨,
Mr. Yi's sang
제것
for
같을
hints whenever
때마다
you're losing.
사실과 다르오
That is untrue,
싱클레어군.
Sinclair. That's because I could
그건
not bear to watch the
내가
grievous
악수를
misplacements.
쳐서
더
That's even
나쁘잖아요.
worse.
관리자님 고생하셨습니다. 금일 불침번은
Bonjour, manager. Thank for today's work. As for tonight's watch, oh, Merceau, thank you for suggesting. Yeah, I wasn't really feeling sleepy today. Then Otis intervened.
관리자님,
Executive manager,
항상
allow me to
말씀드리는
remind you that I'm
것이지만
always willing to stand
피곤하시다면
in for night watch
불침번으로
duty if you ever
언제든
feel
저를
fatigued.
자자, 부관 언니. 들어가서 자자.
How about we get inside now?
관리자님,
Executive
근무가
manager,
고생하.
your hard daytime
자,
request. Sure,
가시죠.
let's get you to bed. Yeah, I think something must be making Otis very eager to be a people pleaser. We all know all the sinners have some sort of terrible backstory sin that they wish to atone for, and it's possible that she betrayed people, and so she wants to make up for it by being unquestionably loyal. At least that's my speculation, with nothing based off just the limited interactions we've had. But like Ishmael, I feel like I haven't gotten much of her besides unquestioningly loyal to manager for some reason, likely something tied to her past. Then at last, Faust and I remained.
다행이네요,
That was
단테.
fortunate, Dante. Had they not
오티스
forced
씨를
Otis to
밀어넣지
retire, she
않으면
would have nagged you
또
for the duty of night
불침번을
watch for quite a while yet
양보해달라고
again.
꽤 오래
Ha, that does happen a lot. I commented back as I watched the sinners head the corridor one after another. After Radia entered closed the door, Ishmael opens the same to get inside. You said that door leads to a different space each time it
네.
opens, correct? Yes, as long as the sinner's in the right mental condition, the door will lead to a lodging
본인이
appropriate for
숙박하고
rest
쓸
and
수
personal
있는
use.
적절한
Lodging, is it? They look more like jail cells last time I peeked through the window. Still, she must mean that it can be used as a personal living space for sleep, shower, self-care, and that. You seem to have other questions. Besides that, my clock has no eyes, nose, and mouth, and yet somehow it feels as though Faust reads something to me. Not that she'll tell me how she manages it. You know, I'm just curious about what's over there. I pointed down the far end of the corridor with my finger, right to the horizon. It seems the horizontal depths of the seemingly endless corridor. As I've told you repeatedly, it's best not to be curious about Dante. As expected, she chose to walk right into the corridor with a faint sigh instead of a real answer. And yet maybe she knows all along. She knows it all, as she likes to say. Maybe she knew that I would learn what lies beyond the door soon enough. Ah. It could also, she's also under an NCD, a non-disclosure NDA, not NCD, non-disclosure agreement, and so she's not allowed to talk about it, but I guess it sounds like we're about to run into that too, given this is right before Canto 4, which means we might be running about there. Let's go beyond the bus's corridor then. We've got one more mini story. It happened exactly 1 week after that fruitless exchange. I hereby confirm today's close of business for the sinners.
감사합니다.
Thank you kindly.
지금부터
Starting now, you'll all be given a
변동
maximum of
가능성을
12
가진
hours.
최대
Have a good night. Faust gives the same instructions as always. In response, the sinners groan and stretch like usual. Except this time, one sinner stuck out of that normalcy like a sore thumb.
됐어,
What now?
이스. 제가
Oh,
저렇게
leave him be,
심술나 있는
Itchy.
게
It's
뭐
not the
하루
first time he's been all
이틀이야.
grumpy, is it?
키스. 방에 들어가기
And
전에
Heath,
꼭
make sure to
확
simmer
풀고
down before
들어가.
you get to your room, right? All
매번
that
네 방에서
grumbling and thunder
천둥치는
in there
소리가
keeps me
들려서
awake,
밤에
I
잠을
know.
못 잔단 말이야.
The sinners' rooms, their lodgings and cell, reflect their state of mind, or so I've heard. Each room's floors, walls, and ambience are shaped after their personality, and the view through the window changes depending on their emotions and mental state. Though all I've seen is a distant glimpse, all I've ever seen is distant glimpses, so I don't have the full details. The room Heathcliff enters is actually rather frequently emit wuthering and stormy sounds. Usually he'd snap out with a bite, why should I? But this time he only clicks his tongue. I suppose he doesn't feel like arguing. Thanks to that, he stood the corridor until all the other sinners, except for Faust, went into their rooms, staring down the passage. You know, it's not much, but I do kind of like seeing the day-to-day activities here, just to see what everyone goes for whenever they're not doing a major save the golden bow, or whatever it is. Or stop Don Quixote from doing something dumb. Maybe he's relieving his stress away. Oh-ho. And that right there was where the incident began. Oh, what's with all those doors down the aisle? Heathcliff pointed the exact same direction I did a week ago. Those doorways beyond the no trespassing line blocked the way. Heathcliff, I recommend walking further than the corridor than absolutely necessary.
그렇게 말하니까
That sure
굉장히
makes it sound awfully
수상한데.
suspicious.
수상할 것은
There's nothing of which to be
아무것도
suspicious.
없습니다.
You're better off listening to Faust.
파우스트의 말을 듣는 편이 좋습니다.
Now, you see, the reason reverse psychology works so well is because nobody likes to feel like their choices are taken away. It's better to say why you're not supposed to go in there, or so that you feel like, okay, I have that option, I just know that doing so is incredibly stupid. Therefore, you feel like you have your choice, it's just you're choosing not to do it.
뭐
Because you know
금은
better.
뭐라도 숨겨놨나?
Why, keep some treasures, some such thing there. Faust's secretive attitude was enough to rouse his curiosity. Heathcliff, do not do it. You will regret the action.
모르던 사이에 많이
gobbly,
감정적으로
Amos
변했네.
Cleverest.
똑똑 박사씨.
Although, in this specific case, I get the sense it might be that way because whatever's beyond there is something that, will make us question everything in some way.
그렇지.
It's like you're actually hiding something there. He sprints in the dark before we could stop him. What's in there? Just as I thought Faust was about to ask an obvious thing to be concerned over. His sharp scream echoed from the unlit area. Dante, now's the time to take my left hand and run with me.
제 시간 안에
I
끌고
won't be able to get him
나오려면
out in time
저
on my
혼자로는
own. I may have
부족해요.
engulfed myself if I don't
저도
act quickly.
삼켜질 수
I may be engulfed
있으니까요.
myself if I don't quickly. Before I could process what she meant, she ran off in the direction. Shuckaroonies. Wait for me. Shuckaroonies? What brings that to your mind, Dante? As we crossed the line and proceeded deeper, we came across a three-way crossroad. I think I heard screams from the middle. However, without a moment's hesitation, Faust started to the left. Faust, I know you're in a hurry, but are you sure this is the right way? I could have sworn I heard from the center.
알아요.
I know. Without further elaborating, she continued running, and another fork we encountered, Faust chose the right path. Okay, so we're going around, basically. So whatever's in the center, it got Heathcliff, and we're going around so that we don't fall in with it. Right afterwards, she entered the fifth door on the left side. What's this? Right as I entered, another hallway came into view. Its end was like a cliff. To be more precise, it had some kind of gravitational pull trying to get me to fall to the end. Heathcliff? Then I saw him. He crawled towards us with all his might in the middle of the hall, as if he might fall the moment he let us go.
뭐야 이것들아?
What the hell is this and that place? Even though I couldn't see much in the dark behind him, I definitely felt a presence hit. Faust, what's over? Dante, I want you to hold the knob of the door and grip my hand. Holding my hand securely, she gradually approaches Heathcliff. This hallway, it's not tilted or anything, is it? Why does it feel like we're hanging off a cliff? That is because we're in a corridor. Dante, do not let go. Reminding me to hold fast, Faust extended her arm while holding her Zweihander. Heathcliff, grab this if you would. Are you mental? My hand will get gashed if I grab with that giant blade. You'll much prefer deep wounds on your palms than to what you will suffer down there. Baffled, he looked at the sore in the darkness beneath. Bugger. Dante, pull him up, might and main. Got it. If whatever's down there will hurt more than getting his hand sliced up by a Zweihander, that's, huff, huff. Right as we pulled Heathcliff up, no. I'm not sure if it's even right to say we pulled him up, but nevertheless, Faust hoisted his unconscious body by the legs and started rushing, saying we need to return the exact way we came. Following her lead, I supported his arms and trailed behind, keeping his head from dragging along the floor. After burning some time, phew. Let us say it's fortunate he was not lost in a deeper area. Dante, you will have to turn the clock. Heathcliff's gonna be okay, right? The psychological damage is likely severe. Our work will be encumbered if he loses his mind. I didn't have a choice. Yeah, they keep saying he reverses time, but as far as I can tell, no actual time travel is taking place. He's just undoing everything. So I guess he's only undoing their physical or mental time. Good work back there, Dante. While it's unfortunate we may have lost a portion of our limited break time due to this. Faust, just what is in there? What does it lead? Can't you tell me? I've seen that stuff now. It's only natural I want to know what resides there. What was chasing Heathcliff? Moreover, why did it never show itself to us and vanish instead of chasing him any further? These questions are driving me crazy, but alas, as stated earlier, there are limits to what Faust can elaborate. Yeah, I honestly didn't expect much. That's the corridor Ryushu muttered with a cigarette in her mouth, walking past us both. She must have left her room while we were on our rescue mission. However, Faust proceeded as if not a soul walked by, as if nothing was said. You did prevent a sudden vacancy in the bus department. Though I wouldn't call it a reward, I do suppose it is a bad idea to inform you of one thing. That is a big deal. She just dropped that whatever's down there, it can kill Heathcliff in a way we cannot reverse. And that is something very important. Since we apparently healed them by rewinding their time to before they were injured, that must mean it would have killed him beyond time itself. Are we the baddies? Are we the ones who are going to end the world once we collect all the golden bows? Oh, let me hear it. The unexpected boon led me rubbing my hands together. Dante, when you traverse a road you've never walked before, what do? You use a map, obviously. That's right. Even if you don't have a map, your brain will form images to serve as one. From on there in the map, there will be a starting point and destination clearly marked. When you return from your trip, you trace back through that same way. It was so obvious I didn't need to verbally answer, I just nodded. Hopefully that makes it clear enough. Huh? This is why you should remember where you started in the corridor, especially when you open a door. Oh, I see. It's not that he would have been torn apart and tossed. He would have simply been lost in time and space. And we can't recover what's outside of time. We can't recover his time if he's outside of time. Flabbergasted by the abrupt end, I blurted. Now then, Faust has grown tired. Do take care. She walked through the door before I could say something, leaving me a riddle. Of course it would go like this. I sighed out of frustration, but not a breath of air expelled from my pitiful clock. Still, left powerless. All I can do is boot this electronic notebook up and piece together what little information I've collected. Should be good to have a few modules prepared. But yeah, I think that should be a good place to... I'm sorry? Scudder. You two trying to get to the collab? Yeah, although technically speaking, I'm just doing some of the story content now to get myself in a bit better preparation. I'm going to be doing the collab event time I stream, which should be tomorrow night, actually. So that's gonna be fun. Also, welcome. Yeah, I must say, I'm quite intrigued by this game and its universe. I'm sure at some point I'll start looking into Lobotomy Corporation and Library of Ruin to see where they go on the whole timeline and all that. But, somewhat interesting. I'm still pretty early in the game, though. I only started shortly before the collab itself started. So I'm basically just going with whatever random characters happen to come home. I'm still only about a little over halfway to the Spark, but I'm sure I'll be able to get that. So worst case scenario, I can still get the one I want most before the collab ends. If I'm lucky, I'll be able to get another along the way so I can get all 3. Soul Leave. I haven't played Lobotomy Corporation or Library of Ruin. I only know of them. I did not know they were even a shared universe until this game made that clear. And, well, a friend told me as well. Yeah. But yeah, I should definitely start leveling the characters I'm actually using actively. Excellent. Yeah. I can see why people are saying that the game really picks up after after Canto 2, because the writing and stuff has definitely made a good step up. Jake, D, L, P. And even these nice little mini episodes are getting me very intrigued about what's going on here and what could be going on. But I'm going to be saving the collab and stuff for next time. That's when I'll be making a legitimate effort to go forward, so hopefully I'll be ready by then. I still need to get a lot of experience tickets and stuff to get my team in order. Wow. Still, as long as my team's at a reasonable level, I think we should be in good shape then. Good luck, my again. Who knows? It's up to you. I stream just about anything on this channel, well, since I go with whatever I feel like at the time. I usually try to change things up just because I don't like, because if I focus on the same game for too long, I get burned out, so I gotta be careful. I was looking at something here, but I guess I can't go too late tonight, so I think this might be a good time to call it here. Ooh, Manager Esquire has gotten Tremor ID. Yes, I have. It's a bit, yeah, I do love the outfit as well as the armor. Would be nice if I could choose between the two, but since having the dapper outfit in combat would be pretty cool, but yeah, it's gonna be a bit. Sadly, I'm winding down the stream now. I just completed the Intervallo and the mini episodes, and I think next time I'm gonna go for the collab proper. So hopefully we'll be getting things going. Yeah, I'm slowly getting enough lunacy to go and extract stuff through here. But yeah, sorry, missed a bit. But thanks for stopping by. It's definitely been a fun time, and Don Quixote got lucky that I managed to get one of her 3-star identities right away, because I only just got this one today, so I haven't had time to raise it. So the 5 raised ones are the ones I'm gonna have to stick to for a while. Although it's a shame I'm missing some Wrath. Skill 3 Wrath? No, it's not. Darn. Alright. Alright, well that's going to be all for tonight. I should probably raid someone while I'm here, actually, since, let's see here, who's going right now? Let's see here. Should I go with more Limbus Company, or should I go with someone I follow and usually raid? Oh, looks like there's not many English ones for Limbus Company at this time of night. Alright, I'll have to go with one that I'm following then. Looks like Cozy Nero is doing Super Mario Galaxy 2. Yes, they're definitely human and totally not an eldritch creature, so it'll be a good time for everyone. Alright, if you want to stick around for Super Mario Galaxy 2, feel free to stick by. If not, well, thank you all for watching. Hope you had a good time, and I'll see you later.